98.
Oh, and we are live on the 98 FTG Friday night. Live as always. We got some big news.
I like that music a lot better than the last one you tried to foist on us a couple months ago.
Which one?
Oh, the one who I thought was kind of wimpish. But
wimpish, Dave?
Yeah, this one's much better.
That's the one that our good buddy Matt Glazer sang for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some big news tonight that we're going to drop. Mainly about we're going to get deep into the 98 franchise and what that is, what it means, and where we're going with that. We'll talk about the table trauma. We will talk about Arm Gods. It's about to drop their app, which is amazing. I was checking it out. Really cool arm wrestling app. And I have a promo video for that we're going to play in a little while. We got some guests coming on. So, yeah. And then tomorrow we got the Battle at Antietam 98 tournament down there. So probably won't be on late tonight because we got to get down there and run this tournament. So the whole 98 crew will be down there getting that going. Hopefully we get a cool turnout.
People are already gathering. I heard from Tim Lewis earlier today, and I see in the chat that Brother Glishaw is on his way from upstate New York.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 hours out from there. Oh, nice. Jeez. Dedicated folks. But yeah, so what did I want to touch on? Oh, there was a little bit of drama with the women's round robin with the weigh-ins. Not to beat a dead horse, but there was a lot of stuff flying around the community about it. And I mean, what it really comes down to is, the two people that everybody was kind of trying to put it on, it's not really their fault. It comes down to the promoter. If you're a promoter and you're running a tournament and you want the weigh-ins to be strict means when you look at the scale, the correct weight is there. So if it says, you're 0.2 over and you have all your clothes on, it's up to the promoter to say, nope.
Take something off, for God's sake.
Take something off, go run around the building, do something. Cut your hair, shave your back, shave your armpits, whatever you got to do. Pull the trigger, throw up, something like that. So, apparently, Danielle weighed in. She was 0.2 over. But the promotion, the people running the weigh-in said, you're good because you have your clothes on. It probably weighs more than 0.2. You're all set. And Danielle apparently checked with that person and the promoter and said, look, are you sure? Because once I walk away, I'm rehydrating and then it's all over. And they said, yes, you're all set. So then other people come to weigh in, and apparently, Liz weighed in. And I think it was the person weighing people in that made a comment about someone else being over earlier, but they had their clothes on, so she just let them in. So, of course, Liz is upset, which she should be. If it's strict weigh-ins, you should have to see the weight that that is allowable on the scale, not just guessing like, oh, you got a shirt on and you're 0.2 over. That's probably okay. So, that's part of the strict weigh-in. Some people are lenient, but if you're advertising it as strict weigh-ins, that's what strict weigh-ins are. You have to see the proper weight on the thing. So so that happened. So then the promoter went, Lucky, I guess, went back to Danielle and said, "Hey, you can't pull that weight. You're going to have to pull up a weight because of how things went down." Now, Danielle, super awesome person, was like, "No problem." Jumped in those heavier weight classes and crushed everybody. So that was pretty cool, and nothing against either girl. They both did the right thing, and, Liz should have questioned it. And Danielle, she could have fought it, and she didn't. She could have said, "Hey, you're the promoter and you said it was okay. Screw you. I'm doing it." But she did not do that. So the promoter posts something saying like she's not at fault, this and that. Well, something about showing up there and, I'm pulling today, so I'm not the promoter, but it doesn't matter. You are the promoter. If you're telling people you're the promoter, you're the promoter. It doesn't matter if you show up and say, "I'm not the promoter today." Then who do people go to for problems or questions or answers? So there's just no promoter there on the day of the tournament. But anyway, the point is people make mistakes. We've made mistakes. And you know what? You just own up to it. You just say, "Hey, yes, I said it was okay. And then it was pointed out to me that it's not okay. So I had to fix the situation. This is the decision I made, and it was the best decision I could come up with to keep all parties happy. Period, end." What you don't do is go on Facebook and write a huge anonymous fucking letter saying that you're not at fault and you had nothing to do with it, and on and on and on and on. That, I think, is kind of like a cowardly way to deal with it. Now,
especially if it's anonymous.
Now I saw like Christina Casto out there, posting, to defend the whole situation and stuff, and rightfully so, because she has a lot vested in the Lucky Ones podcast and events and stuff like that. And I think, she's doing what we do when something crazy happens, like damage control. You got to go fix the situation. You got to make a few public things. You got to say some things to fix the situation and, explain to the community what happened and whatnot. I just don't agree with trying to like blow it off and say, "I'm not at fault," which seems to be a pattern for some reason with Lucky. And there's a lot of women. I got a ton of messages about how messed up it was. And I got text messages shown to me of like contradicting things. And I'm like, man, that's not good. If you're going to take a stance on something, you have to take that stance with everybody you talk to. Or if you have contradicting things between people that talk to each other, the truth will always come to light, and then you look like an asshole. So moral of the story is don't do that. Just take responsibility. I mean, even refs make a bad call, and I've seen like Sean Hancock or Billy Ortegas or some of these other guys go, "Hold on, I jumped the gun. I made the wrong call. Let's redo it." Or they fix the situation. Or if they see video after the fact, they take responsibility and say, "Oh, that was a bad call. You're right. I didn't catch that. I'm sorry." And look, we got a bad ref right here.
Well, and hey, or how you can solve the whole problem is just play what Ryan or I do, and then you don't have to worry about weighing in.
Yeah. But, they won't even let me weigh in at a tournament. They're just like, "You're good." And I'm like, no, I want to weigh in like everyone else. And they're like, "We can't risk the scale being fucking knocked out of calibration." So
back in years ago when I first started and actually did squeeze under 242 occasionally, I knew that the wearing just a pair of track pants and a T-shirt was 1.6 pounds.
Yeah,
I determined that, but I don't really worry about that anymore.
Yeah. Billy, what brings you here this evening? Was it me talking all that trash?
Always.
Do you agree with me? Disagree? What do you think? Or did you miss it?
Well, I caught a little bit of it. You talked about the ladies round robin weigh-ins.
Yeah, I was just saying how kind of what happened. And I basically said, hey, if it's a strict weigh-in, you need to see the weight on the scale. And you can't be like, oh, it's okay that you're 0.2 over because you're wearing sweatpants. It doesn't matter. You have like if it's advertised as strict weigh-ins, you have to see that weight on the scale.
Well, like I mean, I can tell you, like here in Texas, I mean, that was one of the things that when I took over, I started doing was strict weigh-ins.
Yeah,
and Elizabeth is, being a Texas puller, she's aware of how we do it and stuff like that. Sarah is also aware of how we do it. And really, and at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how you do your weigh-ins. It just has to be, you have to be firm and clear across the board for all the competitors. So if you're like, if it's going to be 154.0, and there's no clothing allowance, if you're going to allow within a pound, like if you're going to allow 154.8, then just tell everybody that's what you're going to allow. Right? Because you're going to get one person that's going to be 154.2, 154.8. Just let everybody know. That way it's clear up front and all that. And if you want to do 5 pound weight allowance, I don't care. But stick to the 5 pounds. Don't go, oh, well, you're 5 pounds, 0.6, over. You're good.
Right.
But, I mean,
for me, it was like a promoter issue. Like whoever said, yeah, you're good. I mean, that it's the responsibility falls on that person that said that, I think.
Well, clearly here's the thing. Through the midst of all of this, it was discovered that there was information being passed around that wasn't complete.
Yeah.
So, like when it was asked to the actual like the head promoter that was supposed to be there, that apparently, unfortunately, was in a car accident.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, hey, Danielle weighed in at 154.2 or 0.4, fully clothed. Is she good to go? They said, what happens if a competitor doesn't make weight? Well, that's a very general statement. And if a competitor doesn't make weight, they can't pull. Yeah. So the original promoter said, well, they just don't pull if they don't make weight. But without any reference to what was made or what the situation was, that was a generalized statement that they gave.
Yeah.
So, there was a lot of pointing fingers. Well, I didn't make the decision. Well, you didn't give all the information either.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And look,
like if someone works for you, you got to make sure they know exactly what they're doing. If not, I mean, it falls on whoever was in charge at that time.
Yeah. And you can only do what you're gonna like. For instance, I had a situation one time. I run my strict weigh-ins.
Yeah.
I had actually Danny Gillian was cutting weight, and he came in and he was over.
Yeah.
And I told him, Danny, and he's one of
your friends, right? Yeah.
Well, he's a friend, but he's also one of my directors. And I'm like, Danny, I can't do it, man. You're over.
Yeah.
So I sent him away. You got to go sweat it out or whatever like that.
Shave your back.
Yeah. 10 minutes later, while I was off doing something, one of my other directors that was conducting weigh-ins while I was gone, I'm telling him about the situation and turning him away. And he's like, oh, man, I think I messed up. So they took somebody in the bathroom, allowed them to strip down, but then gave them the clothing allowance.
Yeah.
Like they were still over.
Oh, gotcha.
So, now the only thing I can do at this point is go, all right, well, that person got in. I got to call Danny back and I got to tell him, look, come back. You're good because this guy just got this.
Yeah.
And then from that point on for the rest of the night, if it was like, I forget what it was, 0.6 or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like that was the new standard. That way, everybody had the same thing across the board. I couldn't do anything about the people that weighed in prior, but if somebody came in, they were 0.2 because that 0.6 was allowed. I had to let them in.
Yeah.
But
you had to do something to correct the mistake. and took responsibility for it by making a decision.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I feel was lacking, was even with some of the Facebook posts that came out after, I'm like, nobody's taking responsibility for this problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't know. They're I guess philosophically, I'm looking at it more like from my end. I know a lot of people criticize me for the way I do my weigh-ins and stuff like that. But I mentioned to you we were talking the other day in our other group. When this sport really does get official,
yeah,
and it's going to one day. I don't know if that's 2 years down the road, 10 years down the road, or 20.
When we're all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the people that we consider to be athletes are going to have to act like athletes. And if we run years and years of these loose stipulations and standards and everything like that, when it's time to really, move up in this, nobody will know how to do it.
Right.
So it's kind of like creating that standard to get, kind of in preparation. Then too, I look at it as kind of, if I get athletes in Texas used to strict weigh-ins, when they go to other places and weigh in, then hopefully that promoter doesn't have to worry about them walking up heavy, oh, is this okay? I'm a half a pound over. Is this okay?
Right, you wouldn't even ask because you know the rules.
Yeah, so they'll walk up. They should walk up ready to step on a scale at the weight they're supposed to be at.
Yeah. I mean, I understand like someone maybe doesn't know exactly where they're at. They weigh in and go, okay, I'll be back to weigh in again in an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
at EVW.
And asked to go in the bathroom to weigh in so they could strip down with Sue.
Well, at EVW, I offered to cut the pants legs off a guy's sweatpants to make them shorts.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I mean, we have had people like when Sarah came to Winter Blast with Liz, they went and weighed in the bathroom so they could get down more of their clothes off to get an accurate weigh in, and they got in.
Sure.
I mean, good weigh in people are prepared to do that if they have to and have an option for that rather than people stripping down in the lobby.
Yeah. No, but look, that whole thing was a mess.
Yeah.
And it was, it was a mess when it started. And I think that, unfortunately, whatever my reservations and thoughts were about the whole thing going down, I really did want it to go well for the women.
Yeah.
But
it seems like it did overall.
I mean, look, arm wrestling is arm wrestling. Generally, when you start arm wrestling, you're going to have a good time. It's everything that surrounds it that's going to be the problem.
Right.
So, all the women had a good time arm wrestling. It was just everything else around it.
Yeah. I mean, we can't point fingers. There's plenty of drama on the men's side, too. You know? I think it's because the women's community is smaller that the drama seems bigger, because the men's drama is kind of spread out in different territories, and the women's drama is just everywhere because there's only so many women.
There's only so many women.
Yeah. So, cool thing, though, I wanted to shout out California Arm Wrestling Podcast had a podcast where they shouted out 98 Arm Gods, our event that we're trying to plan for Arizona through Ray Cody and his partner. They reached out to us and said, hey, we have a venue. We want to throw a tournament. Can we throw it under the 98 banner? And I was like, sure. Why not? So now, they're throwing this 98 American Southwest, which I think you're reffing at.
Yeah.
And good. I think Mikey Oliva's doing the brackets. So that's kind of cool. And those guys, it was Spencer, Zach, and Jaden from out there that did the podcast, and it was a really good podcast. It looks like a newer podcast. I didn't see a whole lot of episodes, but really interesting topics. They really dug into California arm wrestling, and they talked about MMA a little bit, and a lot of tournaments and stuff like that. Arizona State's coming up, stuff like that. So they really talked about a lot of cool stuff. So just wanted to shout those guys out. I put their link in the description on YouTube, so go check them out. Subscribe to their channel. Very cool guys. So thank you to those guys, Spencer, Zach, and Jaden, for shouting us out and all that stuff.
What are they called on YouTube?
California Arm Wrestling Podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been seeing that logo pop up here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a really cool logo.
Cool. Done. Subscribe.
Yeah, cool, man. Like to shout people out that support others and such, always good. Rather than promotions fighting all the time.
Well, it's inevitable. I mean,
yeah.
Even ones that work together are gonna.
Yeah. I can't stand TAL.
I know. I don't even know why I'm here.
No, I will say, dude, I've always viewed TAL as like such a great league.
We're trying.
You guys are very, to me, you guys seem very organized. You got the state locked down. You got everything planned perfectly leading up to a finals. Like I love how you guys are set up.
Yeah. I mean, it's always the plan, but with arm wrestling, it's constant waves.
Here it's all small states, so we can't really have it set up similarly because we'll throw a tournament in New Jersey. Tomorrow we're in Maryland, then we get a PA one, then we're in wherever, Delaware, who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I always viewed like you guys are lucky to have such a big state and you're like contained in your own state but I'm sure you run into the similar problems where like pop up.
Texas can get really small.
Yeah. I'm sure when people start throwing like these backyard barbecue events or just pop-up tournaments that you didn't even know were coming. Yeah. But it's like that everywhere. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Everybody wants to, the event thing, the number of events thing is not is a problem in a sense.
Yeah.
But it also isn't the problem.
Right. It means the sport's growing.
Well, I mean, you can look at that two ways. Some people look at it as, if we're having 1,000 events across the United States every weekend and only 2 to 20 guys are arm wrestling in them, then that's somehow doing great things for the sport.
Yeah.
I don't think it is because, at the end of the day, just like as any other promotions, when you approach sponsors and stuff like that, you're trying to, and most of the engagement that we can offer, like any kind of big sponsors, is, I mean, it's hardly anything.
Yeah.
So having more people, being able to say, hey, I'd like you to sponsor my event, and I have 120 arm wrestlers, individual arm wrestlers, not entries, that attend this event on a regular deal. They also bring somebody. So we're looking at, 300 to 400 people, i.e. Winter Blast, you're looking at like 500-600 people, those things matter. Now, all of a sudden, you throw 30 other events into the mix, and, that dilutes these tournaments down to, say 120 people. Now it's, at 60 people. So really,
oh, geez.
The problem
Dawn with Underwood calling me.
Who?
Dawn Underwood.
What?
Wonder what that could be about. I'll have to tell him, sorry, I'm on the podcast.
Yeah. I'll be a little controversial, I guess, in this is I think people need to arm wrestle more. The idea that people like on a semi-pro level and below are holding out for events 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road. Oh, I've got this event I'm training for. Look, it should be arm wrestling, man. right now, when in the amateur status, novice status, even semi-pro status, nothing works better than getting on the dang table.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and a lot of people plan out their month or year or a couple months or summer, whatever, for events they want to attend. So people are going to go wherever they're going to go, regardless of what pops up. Now, where it really affects you is, especially where we are, where it's so congested, is, like some of our friends in New York. If there's a tournament in New York, they're going to go to that local tournament before coming to ours, just out of, it being very convenient that it's right there. I don't expect those guys to skip out on, like James Reed does tournaments up there, Steve Fernandez, all those guys. Like if we happen to have a tournament that's close, I don't expect those guys to not go to a tournament in their backyard to come to ours and drive, 6 hours versus an hour or something, So we do try to avoid dates as much as possible, but there's so much stuff that no matter what, someone's going to be upset,
Yeah.
And
I just think people need to arm wrestle more.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I would rather throw my tournament near backyard barbecue than someone or a promoter's legit event.
Yeah.
So if I have to choose and there's only one spot open, unfortunately it's going to be near the event that's not as legit as the other.
Yeah.
But I mean, we pretty much most of our events are kind of set in stone. Like we do this on this date every year or whatever. So
yeah.
We, sometimes we get some hate on that, but like our Antietam one tomorrow always falls on the Jason Vale. But the Jason Vale tournament has moved around a little, but it's like 4 or 5 hours north. So the only person really that would go to the Vale if we weren't having this Maryland one is Dave Shell. So they're only losing one person, really.
Yeah, I cover 14 states in my getting around, and I think I'm fairly safe to say that the area of the 14 states is probably less than the area of Texas.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let's just put it this way. Next weekend, I'm going to Hot Springs to ref at Robert Kelly's event.
Yep.
With that worthless Cody Bird referee.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can upgrade my status to worthless as well, and we'll just be a pair.
Are you going to go over Ready Goes with him?
Yeah.
False starts.
Yeah. This is no, but I think I want to say that drive time from San Antonio is like 9.5 hours.
Yeah.
From San Antonio to Hot Springs.
Wow.
Well, in November, we have Texas State and El Paso. That's 8.5 hours. So I go almost an hour less in the opposite direction, and I'm still in the state.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. I mean, the states around here are so much smaller, and they get smaller as you go north. Like New Hampshire, you can drive across in fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Rhode Island, Jesus.
Keep your eyes open for Paul Cruz. I just sent him the link.
Yep.
Yeah.
I put it in
like to Jody's comment. I mean, it really does depend on how you look at it. But the idea that people run around wanting money, payouts, and all this other kind of stuff, I don't know where they think this stuff comes from.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Do you think that these some people are very fortunate to have sponsors that maybe are, the locale's so small that they continue to come back and they can do these payouts and the tournament can be small and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, turnout funds a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last thing I would ever do is to count on entry fees for payouts, because I've seen a lot of promoters make that mistake where they're like, oh, we're going to have this much in payouts. and then they get half the entries they thought they were going to get, and now they don't have that to pay out, and it's embarrassing and it causes problems. To me, if you're going to do payouts, I depend on sponsor payouts. So if someone like TAL sponsored the women's payouts at Winter Blast, and they give us so much money towards that money is in my hand, and then I say, this is what the payout is for the women's because I have the money in my hand.
Yeah.
So that's a definite thing where that cannot get screwed up. Depending on who you are as a promoter.
I'm going to a tournament 3 weeks from now in Maine. I'll go through 6 states to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably less distance than going from.
Probably less than driving from between Billy's
San Antonio to Amarillo.
Right. Paul Cruz in the house. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Just, talking about arm wrestling. Jody Williams with a comment. If the promotion wants to pay for my flight or hotel, I'm fine with that. Or I'll just stack some cash and pay for my stuff. I'm not a guy who needs $1,500 appearance fee. Example.
What's up, Mr. Jody?
Well, here's the thing too. When a little bit of money starts flying around the sport, which is obviously a good thing, then that is kind of a backwards effect, right?
Yeah.
So promoters that could typically afford to bring in some of these pullers time and time again, or maybe even, some other high profile pullers.
Yeah.
Now the market is saturated with like EVW and Knuckles Up, where these guys are getting a fairly decent, payday.
Yeah.
Well, the promotions that used to be able to bring in, X, Y, and Z can't afford them anymore. They're priced out of the market.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we were looking for a super match for one of our guys here in Texas, and 2 different guys that aren't really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
To even think about getting them to Texas, it started off at $2,000.
That's why I've switched it up and I just trade sexual favors.
Was that what they wanted, or what it would have cost you to get them there?
No, that was like that was to start. It was like $2,000, and then you got to bring them, you got to fly them in, or you got to pay for gas, you got to do hotel.
We invited an amateur woman once to one of our first tournaments to do a super match, and she was like, "I need $400 just to show up," and I'm like, "You're like an amateur."
Yeah,
we just thought it would be a cool match and a cool opportunity, and unfortunately, we were just like, "That's not in our budget," and we had to not use that person for the.
That's a nice way of saying you're not worth it.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, I didn't want to say that, but it's like, sorry, it's not in our budget, not much money for,
I look at it as if somebody's
you're not drawing in that much because of your name, it's kind of hard to justify.
We were just talking about this. I was just talking about this the other day with somebody. At the end of the day, short of some of the pay-per-views that are like if you go, or I guess not hypothetically, if you go like Knuckles Up or EVW, excluding those, like no local promotions making any money to bring in anybody. If it costs me $2,000 to $3,000 to bring in a puller to have a super match, there's no way I'm making that back.
Oh, no way, dude. Like, look at Arm Gods. All the flights and hotels they covered was a ridiculous amount of money, and also payouts, win or lose. So, I mean, we're talking like a ridiculous amount of money, and they knew going into this, like, there's no way we're getting that back on a super match. But they put on a good show and really made a name for themselves for their first United States event. So, now in the future, like a lot of people were talking about what a fun event it was. So, in a way, like we lost money on Winter Blast, but I look at it as what we lost was like expanding our brand, because a lot of people walked away saying, "Wow, that was awesome." So, in a way, I try to look at it as not really a loss, but more of an investment into
the future.
Yeah, the brand in the future, right?
Sure.
So, yeah,
it's like spending money for advertisement.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. You're hoping
Paul Cruz, you're a good example. So, Paul can't always afford to go to every single tournament that invites him for a super match. So what he's done is created a way to get some sponsors with his T-shirt to put your logo on it and raise a little money to get him out to this event. But then he's wearing his T-shirt that has your logo all over it through the whole event and advertising your company and raising that money on his own to get there.
And not only that, I order 100 shirts, and it's got my whole team. It's got my crest on it with my long cruise control on it, but my whole team, the Long Island Arm Wrestling, on the front. I sell the shirts, and then the proceeds from that go towards the next order, and then as well keeps helping me travel. Yeah, and
so imagine if every arm wrestler did that to raise money. It's a little easier than asking a promotion for flight, hotel, and $1,000. That's not always in the budget, especially for the smaller promotions. 98. I don't want to say we're big because we're new, so we don't have all these funds saved up yet.
You don't have a bank yet.
Yeah, we eventually are trying to get to that point. Yeah, but look at Marcus saying Arm Gods has 0 sponsors. We fund everything. I believe everyone, including pullers, thinks we make millions at every event, but promotions lose money, lots mainly. Yeah. Absolutely true.
Well, one of my smaller events last year, I think we clocked in at just over 80 entries, right? Yeah. And a comment was made to one of my directors about, because we used to do $50 payouts a couple years ago, and we quit all that because one, it wasn't hardly anything really. It was just basically getting your entry fee back plus maybe gas money. And we saw no more draw or anything like that from it. So we discontinued it. But, it was well, where's all the money going? And so I broke down what it actually cost me to run that 80 entry tournament. And I was like, what money? It cost me more to run the tournament than what we brought in. Thankfully we had a sponsor, so we remained in the positive, but had we not had that one sponsor, we would have been in a negative. So it's after I pay my refs, after I pay my video guy, after we do all this stuff, and then the one guy asking me the question, it was we went out to dinner. I provided dinner. So you were a part of this.
Yeah.
It's where did the money go?
And also, what people don't realize is if I do make money on a tournament, I have to use that to buy the awards for the next tournament or we're screwed. We're not all rich like Billy, and he buys his tournament, his awards for the whole year.
Look, at the end of after when I do my taxes at the end of the year, man, it's maybe $4,000 and what TAL and that basically rolls right into the new year and is gone pretty much, right away. But I don't know. I mean, $4,000 might be something for a lot of people. But in my situation with my work and my employment and all that kind of stuff, $4,000 is not anything to be.
Yeah.
I'm not making anything off anything.
Right. And Steve hit the nail on the head. If promotions keep losing money, how long will they last until they can no longer afford to keep going? Which is true. It's impossible to sustain what you're doing if you keep losing money constantly.
Yeah.
I can't keep coming. I mean, one, my wife will divorce me if I keep coming out of pocket all the time. Once in a while, I can get away with it. But if I had to come out of pocket every tournament for awards and this and that, we would be losing money so much that it would start to affect my personal life,
Yeah.
So, if we make a few thousand extra on a smaller tournament, that goes right in. We order the awards for the next one right away, so that we're not screwed. We have them in our hands, all that stuff. So, hopefully we're going to get to a point where we have enough money coming in where we can order them for the year. Some people, I know Mikey does that. I know you've done that for some. So we're working to get to that point. We're just not there yet. And we've had some smaller promoters make some comments about, oh, how come you guys don't do cash payouts? Well, that small promotion does cash payouts, but they're doing the tournament in like a free location that's not that great. They're buying awards that are not that great, if any, and then they're just giving people their entry fees back, essentially. But so it's like, you know, all right, do you want that quality, that level of a tournament, or do you want like a Winter Blast at a nice place that's huge and a big platform and, you know, live fed and all this stuff? Like, yeah, we just don't make enough off these large tournaments to do like a full payout like that and lose all the entry fees, or we wouldn't be able to afford the staff and the venue that we have to put it in, or, you know, host it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded the Canva app a short while ago, and they wanted to know what sort of organization you were. There were 3 choices, one of which was nonprofit. I thought that's definitely us.
Yeah, we should be a nonprofit, dude.
We may not be a registered nonprofit, but we're nonprofit.
Quick shout out if you guys have you know, Google Pay or App Store, go download the new Arm Gods app. I know there's a few things that they got to tweak, but check out the app. They're gonna really promote it soon, and I have a video to play later. That's the intro video for their app. It's pretty badass, and this app is, I mean, it's not even comparable to like Arm Bets. This is like a full on community app for anybody in arm wrestling, and it's really badass. So make sure to check out that app. Download that app.
In process.
Hey, did y'all see the new airs update where it reflects how many points you earn for each event?
Yeah, I saw. Well, I saw like he's going to do like what we talked about, the rating system on promotions too, huh?
Oh no, I don't know. Sure? I don't know if he's going to do that. I've been pushing for that, but I don't know. But
he
like
told
now,
me he's actually going to do that. He liked your idea.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's cool.
But like right now, you can go into your like take your last event or whatever like that, and it'll show what you were plus or minus from that event.
Yeah.
So if you did well and you went up against competitors that were higher than you, and you might have gained the max points in one event, you might have gone down at one event, but it's pretty cool.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Steve just put an interesting question in the chat about how far from home is considered traveling and how far is still considered local. Yeah, I would say local to me is if I can go out and back the same day and I don't need an overnight, that's local. Now, it's farther than some people will do it, but that's basically.
Yeah, but you're crazy. You drive all over the freaking place.
Yeah, but you'll drive 5 hours, hang out all day, and drive 5 hours back. That's not considered local to me.
Yeah, that's in the same.
To me, local is like within 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think for most people, 2 hours is probably local.
Even with 2 hours, I'm gonna say even with like 2 hours, like I'll still get a hotel and hang out somewhere just to, if people are hanging out after pooling and stuff, and I'll crash.
Sure. That's Randy money right there.
Yeah,
unless just driving home.
I mean, that like generally speaking, all our practices are across town, and just to get across San Antonio, like in the evening time, is over an hour. So
yeah,
and
I guess it depends where you live, because where I am, 2 hours I get to New York, 2 hours I get to Baltimore, 2 hours I get to Harrisburg.
Hour and a half, I can't even get out of San Antonio.
Right. And then in New Hampshire, it was even less. Like we're talking like 20 minutes to an hour to get everywhere. So, New York, maybe they're local, like David Marr was saying, his is 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you are in New York.
Regional and then the same thing for practice.
In the house.
Same thing for practices. We have somebody that drives 60 miles up the turnpike to our practice because it takes them less time to get to us than it does to get across town in Philadelphia.
Yeah. See, Jody gets it. It's very different driving 2 hours in the Northeast compared to the specific Northwest.
I could be almost I live in Eastern Pennsylvania. I could be almost to Ohio for the same time it takes me to get to Long Island. Try to get around through New York City. Seriously, I'll go to something there. It'll take me 4 hours to get there and 2 hours to get home.
What did it take you to get to my house last year, Dave? Like 4 hours?
I'm sorry?
What did it take you to get to my house last year? Like 4 hours?
God, I don't remember. But I'd say, probably darn close to that. But then I'm home in 2. Because, 10 o'clock at night, you can just sail. Otherwise, you crawl across the George Washington, crawl across the Croc Sprugs. Then you got the Throgs Neck. Then you got the LIE. It's like, right.
Ray Cote in the house. What's up, Big Country? You're muted.
What's up, brother?
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Because we were going to announce.
Oh, we got some. Come on.
I don't know if it's me, but I can barely hear you guys.
Yeah, we're getting an echo on yours.
If you have YouTube open, close that.
Yeah, close YouTube if you have it open.
No, I just went to. I just came on through the link you sent me.
Oh, we're getting big echo.
Let me jump out and I'll come back in.
Okay. I don't like hearing myself once, let alone twice.
Say what?
We don't either.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah. So we're throwing this event in Arizona. Now, Ray's been throwing tournaments since 1985. All over the place. And we planned this event in Arizona, and from what I've been told, some of the locals were like, hey, I throw tournaments there. You should ask permission. I was like, well, Ray's throwing this tournament there, and he's been throwing tournaments forever. And we okayed it with the Arizona Armwrestling League that are the local guys. And they were like, yeah, we would absolutely love to have another tournament here in Arizona because there's really only like Arizona states for the most part.
Are we talking about my buddy, or are we just talking in general?
We're just saying.
Well, we didn't get there yet.
Someone seemed annoyed that we didn't ask permission to throw a tournament in Arizona. That's the feedback I'm getting, from people that are being told that we should have checked with this person.
We didn't name names yet.
So
we didn't name names yet, but I figured we'll make you be the dickhead.
I'll be the dickhead. So basically, Tim Tillamidge. Now I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He said that he saw my wife post up about the tournament, so he contacted her. But of course, my wife didn't respond. So then he contacted me, and we had a phone call. And he was asking about details of the event. So I gave it to him. Didn't hide anything, was very upfront with him. I even offered, he asked me if I would be willing to bring his event to my sponsor. I even agreed to do that.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, he's on Ryan Espy's podcast. Like a bunch of people sent me the link to Ryan Espy's podcast. So I go on it, and Tim's sitting there crying about, arm wrestlers getting a little sponsor and then putting on an event in his backyard. Like he owns Arizona. I mean, at least that's what I took from it. And he seems butthurt about it. But like I told you, Ryan, and I put up in a post, the first event that I ever hosted, that I ever put on, was in Pembroke, New Hampshire at Don's Physical Fitness in 1987. I've been putting on events off and on for decades.
I wasn't even born yet.
I don't even think Tim was a thought in his daddy's nutsack yet. I've been in this game since 1985.
Yeah.
I did events all over California. Acton, Santa Clarita, Victorville, Ridgecrest, you name it. I put events on, and they've been successful events.
Yeah.
So basically, the way we came to this event is I have a personal friend of mine who is also a business partner. He bought a bar, restaurant / event center in Golden Valley, Arizona, but he's never done anything as far as putting on events. So he hit me up, and it just so happened to be around the same time that you and I were started to talk about me doing something out here. Yep. And it all just meshed. It all just fit in, you know?
See, here's my quick opinion. When you're going to throw a tournament in an area, usually you reach out to the promoter to not fall on their date. But if there's only one thing in Arizona, really, which is mainly what Arizona State's, and the Arizona Arm Wrestling League was like, hey, we would love to have another event here. I mean, you just throw the event, right? I mean,
that's what I would think. Tim's big thing now is
between other events. Like usually when you're reaching out to a promoter, it's to not step on their dates in that area. But if there's huge windows of time where there's no events, I feel like, you know, it's not as necessary to, you know, we know when the dates are pretty much in Arizona, and we avoided them.
Well, Tim's big thing right now in the last text message he sent me is that he has a big super match event for rankings the week after our event. And he said that you knew about it. All you had to do was reach out and talk to him.
I definitely didn't know about a super match in Arizona.
Up until you told me, Ryan, I thought Tim was still living in Washington.
Does he live in Arizona? I don't even know.
Honestly, I don't know 100% either. I guess he does. But my thing is this, you know, I'll be respectful of all promoters out here, but nobody's going to tell me when, where, and how to put on an event.
The other thing is a super match thing. A tournament doesn't affect a super match thing because those guys are locked in to do a super match. A super match thing can affect a tournament because those guys aren't coming to your tournament because they're locked into the super match. So it's not really going to hurt his super match event. And honestly, how would I know? I don't know any of the tournaments or when they are on the West Coast. Like, I'll share them, but I don't lock into my mind the dates of those because it usually isn't going to affect me here.
Hell, we have enough trouble prying the dates out of people in our own damn corner of the country.
Yeah, we got people local to us that don't send us their dates, and then all of a sudden a flyer comes out 2 weeks before their event, and we're like, dude, we would have promoted it if you would have sent us.
If there's only one thing, if there's only one thing in Arizona, for God's sakes, Arizona's, you know, probably as big as 6 of the states we got up here. You know, so you have to if there's only one in Arizona, they're going to have to travel.
I mean, no offense, Greg Sharp throws stuff in New Jersey, and I never got a call saying, hey, you guys also throw events in New Jersey. I'm coming there. Is it okay? Nobody checked me. You know?
That's the thing. From what I understand, I can't confirm. It's just what I've been told, is that this event that Ryan's talking about is connected with Greg Sharp in some way.
Well, that could be part of the problem right there, probably.
I mean, what Tim is talking about, I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so that super match thing is also included with Greg Sharp?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's looking for footage for arm break. Who knows?
But they're actually casting for arm break, and they're looking for anybody that's willing to break their arm on a video.
I mean, I'm getting really excited about this. I think this is going to be a good event. It's getting a lot of attention.
We have the best mediocre refs in the country coming out.
Yeah, so Billy Ortega is coming out from Texas to be the head referee for this, and then Aaron Balden is bringing the other refs. I'm bringing him and Mike Lackey in as part of my team to help build this and promote this. Yeah, what's up, bud?
I found you.
You found me? Wow.
Appreciate the invite, by the way.
So we've got the reps covered. Mike Lackey right now is speaking with the Ramada Inn to get us a deal for the hotel. As we put out, we got 8,900 as of right now, 8,900 guaranteed cash. Both Aaron and I have talked to some other people. We're hoping to up that total so we get a bigger payout. I'm real confident this is going to be a good event. It'll be a good representation for 98%, and it's going to be my inaugural event for what we've talked about.
Yeah, which should we bring that up?
I think we should.
So Ray and his partner that own the restaurant / venue are partnering up, and they're going to be the very first 98 franchise out there on the West Coast. So they will start throwing some tournaments out there under the 98 brand, and we're going to have a lot of stuff. Our website is really going to have all our franchisees on it, so that there's opportunities for those franchisees to really promote what they're doing in their regions. We're not going to go crazy and have 100 franchisees. We're mostly going to target Texas, but no, but we want to have a few out there. So far, I mean, right now we have like 5 lined up there's like 3 definite and like 2 more maybes. None are in Texas. Don't worry, Billy. But I think doing what we're doing, it's not going to hurt our brand. I think it's going to expand it, because the whole 98 thing is more of a concept than like a league. So we're not trying to like take over the country, but if people that are throwing tournaments anyways are willing to just throw a 98 on that tournament, and then they're kind of adopting our way of thinking of growing the sport, I don't think that's a bad thing, and we're getting a lot of good feedback, so we're running with it. And we can get into details later about everything, but yeah, Ray's going to be the first one, and then we have a few other lined up that we'll talk about soon. I'm meeting with some people, and we'll have some more announcements soon. But that's what we've been working on, is the whole franchise thing.
Nice.
So yeah, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, and as far as taking over the country, hell, we don't have the ability to take over the country. It's enough of an effort for us to run a tournament, 4 hours out of Philadelphia.
We can't even take over our own state, so don't you guys worry out there. We're not trying to, we're not trying to step on anyone's events. We're looking at people that have thrown or are throwing tournaments already, and just throwing the 98 on there, with what they're doing already, and just upping the standard of these events to what 98's doing, and then working together to promote these things.
Well, and then it streamlines everything, right? We're under one set of rules. We have, we'll have certified refs that follow the same rules across the nation, which will help develop a real ranking system, and then with what you got going on, I know I'm going to screw up the name, the Unified thing that you're doing with Hancock and Collins and everybody. It's just going to bring arm wrestling together, which I think, that's what arm wrestling needs. The hell with the division. People that want to ban pullers because they want to go pull for a certain promotion is just stupid. And I think by doing this, it will really eliminate that, and hopefully bring everybody united, so arm wrestling can grow and the athletes can get paid what they deserve.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if people want better quality events and bigger events, like, we have to find a way to fund these things. And the only way to do that is to get the support from the community. Like every other sport, people are happy to go pay for, competing at, karate or MMA or, golf, whatever. soccer camps, things like that. But arm wrestling, it seems like you ask for an entry fee and you're an asshole. Which is
one thing I want to mention on that, the date's going to be announced. But I was talking with Mark, and we're actually going to host a mega practice in June at the venue, and we're going to do a $500 King of the Table. Nice. So anybody who's within driving distance of Golden Valley, Arizona, once Mark gives me the date, I'll be announcing the date, and hopefully you all can come out and preview the venue and see what you guys think.
And what corner of Arizona is Golden Valley in?
It's in between Bullhead City and Kingman.
Okay, that's north. That's the northern part of the state, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like an hour and a half from Vegas?
It's an hour and a half from Vegas, yeah.
I'm not even within any sort of distance of winning that $500 King of the Table.
Well, you just come out in a tutu, and we'll give you a participation award.
Yeah, maybe I can get $500 worth of tips.
There you go.
Yeah, I wasn't sure I was happy with the line a short while back about paying arm wrestlers what they deserve. Because in that case, hell, Ryan and I we'd be really impoverished.
Well, I mean, we can change that lineup. How about this? We can pay arm wrestlers hopefully what they think they deserve. How's that?
Oh God, no! Then we'd really be bankrupt.
I saw a comment the other day in some thread. Some arm wrestler talking about how expensive arm wrestling was, and I'm like, this person has obviously never been involved in any other organized sport.
Yeah, we did have a comment from a woman saying, like, why are the men's payouts higher than the
I refrained from commenting on that one. I saw that one and I was like, I had to hit the delete button.
I just responded and I said, listen, when when there's sponsors giving you the money for these cash payouts, they're asking questions like, well, how many men come? How many women come? So they're putting more money towards the men because they're going to get more bang for their buck when, you're advertising that business is doing the cash payout. There's more cash payout going to the men because there's more of them. Yeah. But in general, also, not that many women show up. So, if you were basing the cash payouts on entry fees, they'd be much lower anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, I'll put it this way, and I've been told I'm crazy, and often I thought I was crazy for doing it. The women's weight classes at Texas State have the exact same payouts as the men.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now that the women don't fund that. The women's participation throughout the year in Texas don't even come close to funding those payouts for that class.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
And that's pretty much been the story for a while now. I mean, when I did my Battle in the Desert series, same thing. I gave the women the same exact payout as men. And so my first event, I was giving women 500, 300, the same thing that we were talking about. And I had 6 women show up. Welcome to Arizona.
Well, that's because you've open carry. You've open carry.
Just teasing.
Shot by some of the women.
What was that, Dave?
That was terrible.
Open carry in Texas, you might get shot by some of the women if you don't have a decent payout.
There you go.
No, but I mean, it's. I don't know. Look, I don't want it to happen. I want women's arm wrestling to grow. I mean, obviously, every aspect we need. The youth to grow. We need all that. But like when I hear the women talk, to me, unrealistically about the expectations, we want all these weight classes, we want all these payouts, we want the same awards, and I'm like, you guys have to realize that if arm wrestling promotions lost women's arm wrestling tomorrow and it ceased to exist, we would not feel it. Nobody would feel it.
No.
You
We
know,
got a $10 super chat
part about it. And I'm not saying it should happen or anything like that, but I'm just saying that's the reality of it is that in order for things to actually change, women. There's going to have to be more women arm wrestling.
My wife is a female arm wrestler, and she believes the same way. You know, you go to an event, you train for an event, you make weight, you get to the event, and then you still got to pull the girl that's over 200 pounds because not enough there for your weight class.
Yeah,
so, it's frustrating.
This is why I refuse to advertise lighter classes until enough lighter women start to attend the event on a regular basis, because for that same point right there, I feel worse about advertising the class to women that I know that's not going to be filled. They show up at 138 pounds, 140 pounds, and I already know that I'm moving them into the 200-pound category.
Yeah. Real quick, $10 super chat from Diabolical Billy. Tim Talmadge thinks he owns arm wrestling in Arizona. Mate, you lost your hair faster than you lost your last match. Scalped clean by Tonto and left looking like a sunburnt thumb with a beard.
How about here's the thought. How about if I super matched him at the November 1st event for the rights of Arizona?
Hey, we just figured out who Billy Ortegas' troll is.
Well, and you have to be careful there. If you take a look,
kidding.
You have to be careful there. If you notice, that's not $10. That's 10 pounds sterling. And with some of the anti-defamation laws they're enforcing in the UK lately, I'll tell you that scalping Tonto. Oh, hey, you could be in trouble for that one. I'll tell you.
Yeah. I don't think Diabolical Billy cares who he offends. I've seen him on other podcasts, and he's ruthless. Thank you, Billy.
Free speech is definitely in retreat in the UK.
Well, yeah, like I've heard so many different opinions from women. Like some think that they should pull for free, and then some think some women actually spoke out against that and said, no, if I'm getting the same award as the men and I want the same cash payouts, then I'm paying the same as they are. So I guess it all depends on I don't know, when you were born, whether you're a millennial or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people feel entitled. I don't know what it is, but
my thought's always been that
a room.
Go ahead.
I was saying you probably have the same thing. I definitely have a shelf full of awards that were bought for women classes that didn't show up, and I'm stuck with all these medals that will never see the light of day.
We got about 200 pounds in a tote and the storage full of medals.
Yeah. And sometimes we just give them out to the kids as just for fun. Like, here, guys, take them.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't think the average entry fee at $30, $40 for an event is what's keeping women away from the event. And I think that's ridiculous to,
No. And I think the events that do have payouts and awards and this and that have gone up to $50, I don't think that's outrageous either when you're throwing in payouts and awards.
Yeah, it depends on the event, I think. Yeah,
I mean, if it's an average event that's $50 and there's no payouts and it's the same cheap awards that they always do, then I think 50 is steep. But for a decent event, I don't think 50 is that much. And I see that seems to be the trend around the country, that a lot of people have gone up to 50 for all of their events. Our smaller ones, we're still at like 30, 35, and then Winter Blast was 40. But Winter Blast is one of those events where we probably could have went up to 50 and no one would have probably blinked an eye.
Well, heck, you got some people that charge $100.
True.
Well, somebody was whining that
$100 for a finalist, and then they just let anybody in anyway.
They wanted us to raise the entry fee and give them a free shirt. It's like, what?
Oh yeah. Yeah, someone said if you raise the entry fee to 50, but then give everyone a free shirt, well, that defeats the purpose of raising the entry fee.
Well, number one, and number two, suppose you want to pull 2 or 3 entries. What do we only charge 50 for the first one and give you your shirt, and the others are less? Who the hell?
And the shirts that we get, like the next level ones, are not cheap. I mean, we could get a normal like Hanes cotton shitty T-shirt and print on it and give it away for free that only cost $5, but then people wear them around, and then it's like, no, I don't want people seeing our shirts being, some cheap ass brand. So we stick with like the next level or the equivalent in, Bella Canva or whatever, but yeah. Or we do those jerseys that are like the sublimated T-shirts that are fully printed all over, but those aren't cheap either. Once you start adding custom names on them or this or that, the price goes up. So to add that free with an entry, I mean, how much are we going up on entries to make it worth giving away that free shirt?
I mean, you could just write name on the back of all of them.
We could just
that works too.
So that custom shirt order that Dave Shell just did for us with that 98 shirt, I got name written on the back of mine.
Oh my god!
I put a note in the order email to say, hey, explaining why it said name, so they wouldn't be confused.
Yeah, we don't want them to mess that up and actually put my name, so we had to explain that it needs to just say name.
Kind of real quick, Ryan, I wanted to add something.
Yes.
It's not just me and Mark, just so everybody knows. I'll announce this too. It's not going to just be me and Mark that are going to be on this franchise. It's also going to be Aaron Balden and Mike Lackey. They're going to be buying in with us. So it's going to be the four of us, putting on events, which
I have to raise my price then.
Sucker.
Yeah, damn it. No, that's awesome. Because you know what? The more involved, the more successful I think it'll be, with a bunch of guys working on it. And, we got all our guys here, Dave Shell helps, Sue Fisher, Ray Romanowski, like all our local guys that are on our little committee of 98ers helping out. It makes a big difference to have that support for these bigger events.
Well, I mean, both of the men came to me and they were willing to help, and just for the sake of making the event to make the event great, But I've always learned that when you have people that are vested into something, it's a better turnout.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So like Aaron, I was looking for I was one of my tasks for the EBW event in Arlington was getting some volunteers to help work the event and stuff like that. Aaron reached out. This first time I ever met him, had any dealings with him. And, as far as the staff that I put together for the event and everything like that, I mean, they all did amazing. They did exactly what they were supposed to do, and we had nothing but compliments. And then, and then Aaron reached out of the blue, for this event. So I super appreciate the invite, I know it's hard for me sometimes to kind of.
Brother, I'm appreciative that you're coming out to do it, It means a lot. It's kind of overwhelming, the support that this has gotten in such a short period of time.
Yeah. Yep. So
I was the only one that voted no on Billy Reffing.
I'm not surprised.
I just always vote no matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter. I'm just like, no.
Well, I mean, like these things are really like going out to Robert's event and next weekend and then being able to do this. I very seldom do I get to break out of my promoter shell, and do these things that when I'm not actually promoting the event, I'm not the promoter.
Yeah.
So I do a couple of these a year, and man,
nice.
It's like the best time I have.
Oh, we appreciate it because I know what it's like. Like at Winter Blast, I don't really get to hang out with anybody. I'm just running around the whole time, and even our smaller events, like I don't really get to just hang out. There's always something that needs to be done or a fire to put out. So it is nice. Like when we went down to the Sarah Bachman Classic, we got to just hang out.
Yeah.
Where there was no pressure. Like we were just there hanging out, and we had a blast. So I can't remember the last time like we had done that. So, we went down and made a big difference not having to, run the event.
Oh yeah, big time.
But yeah, so that's it. 98 will be on the West Coast shortly.
That's pretty cool. You know, with all that coming out, and then I think we're going to be pretty close to coming out with some new stuff for the AUA, the Unified.
Yeah.
I would say probably in the next few weeks, probably Ryan. I think you and I could have some of this stuff worked out, where we can get the ball rolling on a couple of these things.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of it is very similar to what we're doing with the franchise.
Yeah.
Like very similar. So,
I mean, I pretty much threw out everything you wrote.
Your scale.
Yeah, pretty much everything you wrote, I pretty much threw it out and did it over. But yeah,
just burn it, just rewrite it and take credit. Christina Casto in the house. We were talking about her earlier, and got to say, Christina, much like we have to do often, Christina is very good at damage control in situations. So we know how it is when something happens and there's bad publicity and things get out of hand. Like you got to do some damage control sometimes to fix the situation or at least minimize the impact. So good job on that. But like I said, Christina's very much involved in the Lucky Ones podcast and all that. So, she has a lot invested in time and probably money and sponsorship. So, anybody out there giving her crap for defending, the entire situation or whatever, I mean, that's her job to do that. It's her job to defend it and like I said, do a little damage control, do some public posts, whatever you got to do in those situations to fix it. So well done on Christina Casto's part. But other than that, some people are a little angry about us coming to Arizona, but we're going to try to make the best of it. See what happens. It sounds like we're going to get a great turnout. The Arizona Arm Wrestling League is on board and is happy that we're there, and we got a lot of support from a lot of people out there. Bob Brown's going to try to make it. He did cancel that. He canceled that, and I asked him, I said, hey, I saw you canceled that. Is everything okay? I hope all is well. And he just gave me a thumbs up. So I'm like, man, I hope nothing serious happened for that to get canceled, or, hopefully it's just like some sort of scheduling issue and not like a health issue or something with anybody.
Yeah. I saw that too.
Well, listen, guys, I'll try to jump on later. I got to go make dinner for my kids and my brother. But I want to thank you guys. Ryan, thank you. Billy, appreciate you, man. And you guys have a good night.
Have a good night.
See you, buddy. F that guy. Christina said, well, it was damage control for my name of Casto Arms on Lucky Ones podcast. Yeah, absolutely. You got to defend your name, man. We get crapped on all the time. Like, I don't care if someone's like, hey, Ryan's a hole or whatever. But when people bash 98, that's where I'm like, I gotta defend my brand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you're never gonna be everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
And there are people here in Texas that don't like me and they don't like TAL.
Right.
They've never told me face to face.
Right.
But
Pennsylvania too.
I hear just as much as anybody else does, and I think these people forget how much the arm wrestling community talks.
Dude, I've never heard anything bad about TAL except from Andrew Wood.
Yeah, well, Andrew,
I don't count that.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't take what he says to heart, man.
Yeah. But other than that, I've never heard any bad about TAL.
Yeah. No, I mean there are people that talk, and then I'll see them later on, and they'll walk up, I'll shake their hands, and they never say anything, so it's cool. I mean, at that point, I know that I don't need to address anything. If you don't have the the gall to stand up and say what you think, and tell me how I'm messing up, because I'm not perfect, but if you want to talk, they want to talk in the background.
Yeah.
And then we're standing face to face, and all they want to do is shake hands. Oh, hey, what's going on?
How you doing, buddy? How's the family?
I don't need to. I've already won. At that point, for me, I've already won. There's no need to address it.
Yeah, I got some issues like that here, but it took me a while, but I eventually learned that it's better to just respond with just making your brand better and focusing on that than to just go back and forth and head to head on social media.
I mean, I've told you that.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's no need to say anything.
A lot of people have told me that. It took me a while to for it to sink in and then see, the difference.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it took me, sometimes you got to learn your lessons the hard way before they sink in,
Yeah.
But you've noticed, I'm not usually the one that starts it though, and
no, you are.
I think it pisses me but I think it pisses people off when they do some post or this or that, and then I just don't respond to it.
Yeah. That
pisses them off more than if I say, hey, you're wrong, and go back and forth head to head. And I've learned to just try to not do that unless
they're expecting you to respond.
I feel really strong about. When Engen was going back and forth with me, I wasn't doing that to piss him off, but he just wasn't understanding what the concept of 98 was, and I was trying to explain it to him. So
yeah.
But of course I still poke the fire now and then, But I'm learning. I'm trying to not do that as much,
Well, hey, here's the thing. Once we release our code of conduct, you're gonna be
I'm gonna have to follow it.
You'll be on thin ice, sir.
I have to shave my beard, lose some weight. Strict rules in the AUA.
Yeah. You're like, shit, I don't know if I should vote for this or not.
All right. No, but I think it's going to be good. I think if the way we were taught, we had our first meeting, just so everybody knows, we had our first face-to-face meeting on StreamYard like this, and we got a lot farther than we were getting in a group chat because, it's hard to decipher how people write things and what it means, and face-to-face made it a lot easier, and I think we made bounds and leaps and bounds of progress compared to what we were doing in that side chat.
Yeah, definitely took a step forward. So
yeah,
it's going to be cool, I think. And look, it's not going to be without controversy. It's not going to be without ruffling feathers. I mean, we've already stirred up a hornet's nest by even the notion of doing something like this. And
so the concept of it basically, which is much like our franchise idea, is we're gonna talk to promoters, and if they want to come on as a sanctioned, certified under the AUA, there's going to be certain standards that they have to meet. It's not going to be these promoters that are just slapping stuff together. It's going to be legit promoters that are doing things the right way. And then we're going to have a tier down that are what did you call them, Billy? What was the word you used?
Recognized
sponsors or recognized promoters, where we're recognizing that they're a promoter that wants to be a certified promoter under AUA, and maybe they're not there yet, but when we give them, our standards, now they have something to work towards to become a certified and a sanctioned event under AUA. So we're hoping that, setting those standards and creating a network that they can use that will benefit their promotion, that people will want to be under that umbrella and join with us, leading up to maybe something really cool at the end of the year, like a big combined tournament that we're all in on, or, I don't want to use the word nationals and set off a fucking, national war, but something cool at the end of the year.
When it comes to nationals, I've said this so we used to do TAL part of flipping back to Andrew's part, is that when TAO was formed, they instituted a $20 fee for rankings matches.
Yeah.
And what they did was they put that into an account, and then every year when nationals rolled around, our top pullers on the rankings list would get a small sponsorship to go to nationals and pull.
Yep.
Well, I've discontinued that because nobody goes to nationals anymore. Nobody cares about the nationals as it is right now.
Yeah.
All right. And this is not, I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just speaking in reality. Like, we all know the numbers for USAF are horrible when it comes to nationals.
Right.
And we don't even see them, right? Because they're not even released.
Yeah.
We know that, like, regular nationals, it's really not as big as what you would think it should be. So, and primarily to that, and I know that both those organizations are hanging their hat on, well, those are the only two paths to worlds. You know, I don't think people care about worlds as much as they think people care about worlds.
Right.
So, you know, if all if your nationals is only there to serve the worlds, then what to me, it's like, what kind of weight does it hold? So the idea behind AUA is to create a nationals that means something for, like, being a national champion, right? It's got nothing to do with going to worlds. It's not connected. We're not affiliated. You're not going to get banned. You're not going to get banned from another organization for coming. You know, it's completely unattached from the two major arm wrestling organizations. You know,
we're thinking way in the future where, like, if you win this nationals, then you go to Universe, where there could be some tournaments on the moon. We don't know. No, but he's right. Like, if we make a nationals that actually means something and it's a huge, great event rather than like some sort of bingo hall tournament, and people are excited to go, and it's really exciting. I think that, that's like an accomplishment. You're going to want to go there and win that title because it's a bigger event and it means more, rather than it just being like a fake stepping stone to worlds. Because didn't it come to light that you don't even need to qualify at a nationals to go to the worlds? So
for IFA, no, you don't.
No,
you don't even need to go to.
You can just skip nationals and go to worlds.
Yeah.
Well, no. If they have your class there, you have to show up. You do not have to qualify, but you have to be there and pull.
So you don't have to qualify. You just have to pull in the event.
That is correct. I could go to Baku, Azerbaijan, if I wanted to, on the U.S. team.
Oh, what the hell, Dave? Why aren't you out there?
Well, because I can't quite see the point. No, and then actually 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, they had a situation where we were in a casino in Joliet, Illinois, and nobody under 21 was allowed in the place. So they basically had to prove all juniors to go to Worlds without having even been there.
Jeez.
Which is a huge oversight that should have never been missed. I mean,
yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, we've been in the same casino chain in Dayton the last 2 years, and apparently they're going to stay there. But there is an entrance to the area where you can get in without going through the gambling floor, so they can have juniors. You have to basically walk around to the back of the building.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, if that's a standard that you're doing it at a venue, but like when nobody knows, they bring their family. You have juniors coming in. Well,
I think they did tell it. They did say in advance, but 2 years ago at the one in Joliet.
Marcus said it's funny how super matches are now the biggest thing. Even amateurs think this, which is stupid. We need more comps.
Well, let me just, some people are going to hate me for saying this, so I won't name any names. But what's especially interesting there is you get these teams. We have a team in our area that is more interested in where they rank against other people on the same team. They are constantly having super matches. Some of them get injured. They can't come to a tournament because they injured themselves at a team event. And it's like, hey, guys, whatever. I mean, rankings are one thing, but when your most important thing is not what your ranking is in the state of Ohio or West Virginia or whatever state it is. But when your ranking is higher than somebody else on your team is ludicrous.
Oh no, we got it here in Texas. I mean, we totally have people pulling, amateurs, foregoing tournaments or whatever like that to train for a super match event against their teammates, people in their area.
That's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I think more people.
Crazy to me.
We have enough events. We don't need any more events. We need people to arm wrestle more.
MG says she'd go to Azerbaijan. I don't know, MG. We got some male pullers that aren't sure they're going to be safe in Azerbaijan, but I don't know.
Dude, you go there to compete, and then there's a video of someone holding your head.
Yeah.
Be back.
Can you imagine? Just some terrorist beheaded.
Yeah.
Instead of arm break, you'll have decapitated.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Well, yeah, that gay bears that
Weren't we just talking about not doing stuff like that?
Yep.
People haven't seen our original California 98 California logo that we put up, and then yank that down in a hurry just for fun.
Hey, fun fact: Paul Cruz got called out for a match at this Arizona event. I don't know if he can make it or not, but Nathan McAllen was like, "Hey, I'd love to have." I mean, he did. Let me rephrase that. He did not call you out.
He said he would love to have a match.
Would love to have a match with you. So it wasn't a call out situation.
Yeah,
I don't want to twist Nathan's words because he's a super nice guy.
Absolutely,
big supporter of 98.
When you consider that our only previous foray into Arizona was Ryan versus Paul Italia, we're certainly moving up.
Yeah, but you know what?
Up in height too.
Me going out there, I met a lot of these Arizona guys, which a lot of those guys came to Winter Blast the next year, and now I maintain friendships with a lot of those guys. And now we're going to have a franchise on the West Coast. It's crazy. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And like I said, we got 4 other franchises in the works. 2 or 3 of them are looking like they're definites, and then the fourth one, someone reached out today talking to me about it. So that we could have 5 98 franchises coming up real quick.
Yeah,
which would be pretty cool.
After you reached out to me, Ray reached out to me on Facebook too.
Okay. Yeah, because Nathan mentioned it to him too. So, this is the first time those guys are working with us. So I'm kind of trying to direct everyone to them. Like, I don't want to step on toes because I'm like, oh, they're the franchise. They're throwing their first event in Arizona. This is their thing, Yeah. So
I wish I could go to both Arizona tournaments.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Arizona States.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a big event.
It's a great event.
Yep. Yeah. I would love to go to all the state ones, like Michigan State, Arizona State.
Michigan's on the top of my list. I want a gorilla.
I definitely got to go down to Texas and support Billy because Billy's been a super 98 supporter. I mean, he sponsored a good portion of the women's payouts at Winter Blast. He's coming to do the reffing at the Arizona tournament, so definitely want to go support Billy down in Texas and visit one of his events this year if I can.
Now, when's his next event?
Billy's?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll ask him when he comes back.
I mean, I could ask him too when he comes back.
Yeah, you could.
But I think Nathan was going to be pulling Tucker.
Tucker Keating?
Keaton, yeah.
Where at?
That's where I was wondering if it was Arizona State. Texas State.
Gotcha. Or it could be at that Greg Sharp Supermatch thing that they were talking about earlier.
I doubt it.
I wonder why Donnie Underwood was trying to call me. You think death threats?
You want to host a WSA qualifier?
I can imagine. It's like, hey, me and Greg Sharp want to be one of the 98 franchises.
That would be the smartest thing ever.
You would think.
They'd eliminate all of it.
Dude, and so the reason that we want to, the reason I want to expand this thing is 98 here in the Northeast from day one. We started out as just nobodies, you know?
Still are.
And we're still nobodies, but we run the biggest tournament in the country in less than 4 years.
Yeah, it's a great time.
To me,
my favorite.
Whatever our concept is with getting new people into the sport and making it seem friendly to like from anybody from like a new all the way up to like a Paul Cruz level guy, why not do that all over the country?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if other areas maybe don't have as much going on, this could spark that for them like it did here for us, by catering and treating everyone the same from the novice to the pro. Like that has worked out for us pretty well. So I'm hoping that will work, you know, all over the country. We'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're not trying to do one in every state, more like one in each region or something.
Yeah, a couple corners, you know.
Yeah. And then that could lead to making Winter Blast like, I'm not calling it a nationals, but it might be like a national style event where people are coming in
people from all over coming to it.
Yeah, from the franchise and this and that. So,
but we don't need another nationals. I'll tell you that.
I know. But the AWA thing, I think they're leading in that direction to do a nationals, but it's not going to be one that leads to like a worlds. It's just to make a really good nationals. You know, I feel like the nationals we have now kind of look past nationals and try to make the worlds their big event. And then the national event is kind of like, you know what I mean? Where I think the AUA's focus is to make a nationals that's like bigger than Winter Blast, you know, like a real, let's focus where this is the big one, not a stepping stone for worlds. So we'll see how that goes because it's not all decided yet, and it's still playing around with it, making rules and stuff. So,
well, and I have heard that IFA is doing some, well, USAA, the IFA affiliate, is doing some thinking about future having only a certain number, a limited number, and you do have to qualify. But for this year, it's as long as you showed up in the Dayton and competed, you are qualified.
Dude, how's that tournament going to run with the belt that has IFA on it and USA on it? Like, if you win there and then you're banned, if it goes to the national level, so you can't really go much further than that event, which is kind of funny. I wonder if the upper management of WAF and IFA are fully aware of that situation. Because WAF would absolutely not want anything affiliated with IFA on the same belt. For sure.
Never knew.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure someone will tell them and they'll find out, like, what is this?
Yeah, if they're paying any attention at all, they should find out.
Yeah. It's a good point. Marcus said, winning your country title in any sport should be important. Absolutely. But yeah. What are you getting ready for work?
Yeah, I got to go in. It's not Friday. So.
Yeah.
I like not having to work Friday anymore.
I used to have Friday, Saturday off, which was great. Then they changed it to Saturday, Sunday, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what do you work overnight?
Yeah. So it eats up into my first day off.
You do something with trains too, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a conductor.
Oh, I'm a signalman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, maybe you guys will pass each other on the train sometime.
Yeah.
Never.
I just build trains in my basement.
No, you're one of those.
I'm the conductor of my basement train system.
With his hat on and everything.
Yeah. Dude, those guys take that shit serious.
Yeah, they do.
Holy moly.
The entire basement is like an entire like countryside.
Yeah.
Trains going through
It's
it.
like identical to the layout. That's actual. Like
those shits are expensive too.
When's America going to have a high speed fucking like China?
The bullet train?
Railway on fucking magnets and shit.
We need one from fucking East Coast to West Coast.
Yeah.
They do like over 300 miles per hour, don't they?
Have it stop one time in the middle.
Yeah.
Like by an airport or something.
Why do these other countries have one and we don't? It's not fair.
Well, several reasons. First place, geography. You know, Europe is about the size of Texas, number one. And number two, a lot less car ownership.
Yeah.
And not only car ownership, but hell, gas is $8 a gallon.
Right.
So it's much more of a public transit. You know,
on a side note, in my county here, there was a road rage incident where a woman got out of her car and went to the car behind her and took a shit on her hood.
Down in Delco, dude.
Explosive diarrhea all over the person's hood, and then got back in her car and drove off.
And she really was taking shit from that one, huh?
They tracked her down. They caught her. They arrested her.
Yeah.
Marcus says, gas here crazy. Yeah, I read something, from some Brit. This is some years ago where they were talking about what they liked about the U.S. and their number one was petrol is dirt cheap. And by comparison, yeah.
Ryan, what are they calling that lady? Like the Delco dumper or something?
Delco pooper, yeah. I mean, dude, the memes are crazy.
Oh my god.
So, Billy, what are you? Who are you with for a conductor on a night shift that's running overnight?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You say you're a conductor?
Yeah.
But on a night shift, because a lot of our rail here, except for Amtrak, stops. Shuts down at night.
Oh well, I'm on the freight side.
Oh, okay. No.
Hence the reflector.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the freight side. So right now, I was on the road for a long time, and then so now I just work locally and I build trains, take trains apart, organize cars, stuff like that.
Any chance there's a freight train full of arm wrestling tables?
No.
Yeah, when my previous employer threw us out, one of the guys got a job with Norfolk Southern, and he said one of the requirements is you had to be able to carry a 80-pound coupler a half a mile if you needed to. And
yeah.
we said, do you actually carry the damn things? He said, no, we just back up the train.
I mean, you do have to pick it up every now and then.
Yeah, but Helen, and our regional rail in Philadelphia is going bankrupt. They're talking about cutting out something like some of the half the service. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh shit!
They're shutting down all these hospitals in my area, and like one of them is the only trauma hospital around. I'm like, well, everyone's gonna die. Crazy.
Actually had a train. There's a train fire today somewhere. Someone just texted me. I was like, oh shit.
I decided to attend one of my fraternity conferences in Savannah some years back by Amtrak, just for the hell of it. And I'll tell you, the Northeast Corridor, we flew. And as soon as you get south of DC, you just crawl on the freight lines. And we were like, oh, super late, like the Amtrak always is.
All right, we're going to take a 1-minute break now to watch this badass Arm Gods commercial video of their app and what they got going on, and it's pretty cool, so check it out. So make sure you guys go download that and check out their new app. I know it's just rolling out, so they might have a few things they're working on and tweaking, but man, does it look slick and really community based. Where it's almost like a social media platform specifically for arm wrestling, which is really cool. So go check that out.
Unfortunately, Ryan and I don't have any. We're supposed to report your victories. Fortunately, Ryan and I don't have any to report, but oh well.
I definitely don't. You have a few. I don't.
Yeah.
I love how they put the Yankees emblem on my sleeve.
Yeah.
And
That's a pretty cool app, though.
And they put a train below it.
Screw the Yankees.
And they put the fucking city. Oh, wait. They put the city above my name.
Yeah.
It's nice to have them make a parallel with me on it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. From now on, whenever Paul Cruz or Billy come on, I'm gonna go choo choo. That's how we're gonna introduce you guys from now on.
That'll only make me hate you more.
Billy, you don't have a fucking train horn ringtone, do you?
I do not. No.
All right. We're gonna get along. We'll get along just fine.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Do guys at your work?
You're not a buff.
Do guys at your work have it?
Some.
Yeah.
Some do. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yep. It's look, I'll put it this way. My job provides me with a paycheck and good benefits, and that's about the extent of me liking it.
Sounds right. I finally got a good schedule, but I got to go an hour and a half to work every day.
Yeah.
Each way.
Yeah. That sucks.
No, I'm in Long Island City.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
I get to look at the city skyline every day when I get to work.
When's your next event, Billy?
So our next event is our Southern Regional, the Combat Armed Sports Classic.
Yeah.
And that's on May 24th.
Okay.
And that's also the Corey Miller Super 64 for the 176-pound class.
At the same event?
Yeah, they're going to run that morning, and then our tournament will run after that.
That's cool. That's what? May what?
24th.
24th.
Nice.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah.
What's up, boys?
Memorial Day weekend.
What's up,
yep. Nice 3-day weekend.
4-day for me.
Yeah. But I think I overheard you talk about Nate and Tucker. Yeah, so that's going to be at Flash Pin on June the 14th.
June 14th, okay.
I was talking to Ian Carnegie. The next MAC, they're getting like a really nice venue, putting out like $10K for the venue. So we'll see on their live feed or their pay-per-view or whatever what kind of venue it is. But it sounds like it's going to be like they're upping their game and trying to get a really nice spot.
Yeah.
Full transparency. They're not going to make that money back, and it sucks. Fuck the venue.
I don't know.
There's a really good bar that's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard. It's really hard to make money back on the venue when you're doing super matches, because you're putting out money on the super matches also. So
you got to get the venue for free. For the
hopefully,
there's no money in the super matches though on this one.
That helps.
This is just all.
Is that the one where they're charging for the super matches?
Yes.
So that might help a little bit.
Yeah, they're charging for the super matches. It's for pretty much up and comers, pretty much.
Yeah, that might help.
And whoever has,
like I said, if they don't crush it on the pay-per-view, that's going to be hard to pay off a $10,000.
No, there's no pay-per-view.
Oh well, then they're definitely going to lose money on that. But you know what? If they made money off their last pay-per-view and they have it, then hey, good on them to up their game like that, because a lot of promoters do not do that. So
Yeah. Oh, there's 70 matches, entries fees, plus people that are supposedly going to show up.
Yeah, they were talking about
for
50 matches on one table. They figured, I don't know. So now they're going with 70 on two tables, and they think they're going to be done in 3 hours. I don't think so.
They do push the pace a little bit at Mac.
Mac 2 was still is the shortest event I've ever went to.
Mm-hmm.
What's a short event?
Oh, let's see. They started at I believe 3, and ended at 7-ish.
Wow,
it was pretty short. They don't now. If somebody in the comments can correct me, go ahead.
Yeah.
But they did longer breaks in between because for the pay-per-view they had more time, pretty much.
So like at our tournaments, I have a designated time for the pro classes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just strictly a pro puller, and let's say you came in and did early weigh-ins, if you needed to on Friday, then you don't have to show up until 3:00 the next day, and your day just went from a 6-hour day to 2.5 to 3 hours max.
That's awesome. That's awesome because honestly, I hate tournaments that I'm sitting there trying not to control myself, not getting excited, not getting or end up with an adrenaline dump by the time I'm supposed to pull. Because I pull supers and I pull pro now, so now I'm the last guy to pull.
I understand your pain.
Hey, shut up! You lost some weight.
Well, I was like that for fucking a few years.
Yeah.
Just looking at the comments here in the chat, it seems to me that since the Nova Scotia provincials are next week, probably Yakimowicz should stop being a fucking asshole and start getting ready for it. But that's just a guess.
He's ready.
Oh, nice. The boys made it down to Maryland. Good job. Matches go way faster. Deal with it.
Matthias is in the chat. Let's go.
Well then, Matthias, if that were true, you wouldn't have asked for a 98 super match, you bastard.
What does that have to do with speed?
Nothing.
It's just saying they're not as fair.
Well, the Arm Gods ones had a lot of promotion and sparks and full on the entire song.
Honestly, the only reason why it's so long is 2.5 minute walkout.
Yeah. But it did amp the crowd up. It was pretty cool.
Nah, bullshit. Our crowd was weak.
Well, Americans
disappointed me very much.
Yeah, well, when you look at their videos and how their crowds are, it's like, wow.
It's crazy, yeah. I think they just have that like the soccer fan in them.
Yeah.
That is the craziest fan, period.
Oh yeah, dude, especially feuding clubs and they fucking have these fucking wars.
Yeah.
You ever see Green Street Hooligans, dude? That movie's great.
Speaking of which, somebody in the UK sold red flares, blue flares disguised as red flares, and the Manchester United fans bought him, and they were lighting him up in the crowd. And
I saw that.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm like, dude, who came up with that idea?
That'll get you killed over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the sections in the stands, they call them the ultras. They're the craziest group of fans. They're psychotic.
Yeah, very much.
I said no one likes Irish or Brits. Crowds are hooligans.
Yeah,
that's true. Dude, Green Street Hooligans. If you've never seen that movie, check it out.
I have not.
It's a fucking great movie.
Yeah, it is good.
But I've heard about it.
I'm a retired mediator. My mediation skills is the reason I couldn't compete at Winter Blast. Yeah, it is. Your mediation skills are the reason, like, people's feet got broken.
Nah.
You failed. Hey, Candy Passmore in the house. What up, Passmores?
Definitely should pass more.
I mean, really, the whole dispute between Marcus and Alan Ford is Matthias's fault.
How so?
Matthias tried to force them to talk to mediate the situation, and it didn't go well. I will say though, Marcus was being nice. It was not Marcus that was the angry one in that situation.
Wow.
Yeah. It should have been Matthias's foot that got broken.
No. Hey, at least it was a foot and not an arm, you know.
Yeah, that's a first. Hey,
you can still arm wrestle.
Winter Blast had a foot break.
Hey, somebody check. Is that the only tournament in 2025 to have that?
To have a foot break?
A foot break, or just of all time?
And not at a table. I think he kicked it was like a flower pot or an ashtray or something. He kicked it and he broke his foot because it did go flying across the hallway.
Can you imagine though breaking? It was like you break your foot at an arm wrestling tournament, and you're walking around. It's like, how'd you break your foot? And you have to explain that you broke your foot in an arm wrestling tournament.
Should we hit up Ian and be like, how's your Mac table gonna fucking prevent foot breaks?
No. You know how he's very passionate about Mac tables.
Dude, he
would answer you in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it would be a long conversation about.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Well, we're gonna put pads at the base of the table.
There's pads on the legs."
Yeah.
I like that table actually. I think it's pretty sweet.
The first time I saw it, and I've said this before, I was like, dude, is that a one-on-one poker table?
I think you can have a poker match.
Yeah, you definitely
can.
You definitely could. Move the pegs, and it's a drink holder.
And
then it's totally
no. Don't remove the pegs. Just 3D print a peg mounted drink holder.
Dude, I'm working on that. I've been trying to design one for the last 3 weeks.
I know. I've seen some people around.
Slips over, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good idea.
Send the link. I'll buy one. I'll buy one for Alan too.
Yep.
Speaking of Mac, I saw Ian was talking to Storm Chelino.
Yeah.
Get him back up active again, get him a match.
Yeah, he's been training. Like him and Paul Lynn have been posting. I mean, Storm's always been training though. He has those secret practices at his house, and he's always training. But they've been posting videos of them training. It'd be interesting to see Storm come back, but it's like that was a long time away too.
Yeah, he said that too in his videos with Stone. He's like, I'm nowhere near where I was.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he's taking a good approach where he said he wants to do tournaments first and stuff.
I mean, yeah.
I think Sean Latimer's pulling Logan Binninger at Keystones.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get to that.
Sean Latimer?
Yeah. His comeback match. He just wants to see where he's at coming back from, all this time off from his medical issues.
And missed opportunity by me.
Yeah.
Ryan, would you please look at your phone and give me an answer?
Yeah. I did. I chose to ignore it.
I know. Somebody's waiting for an answer from me.
Oh, Jesus, Dave.
I went and I did that practice that James Reed held.
Yeah.
Yeah, no super heavyweight showed up.
My boy James.
Nobody was there. JJ wasn't there.
Was there a random speaker laying around?
Yeah, did you check out the speakers, dude?
No, I did not. Come on. Come on.
Sean Hancock has it on his boat.
Yeah. But yeah, I hurt my shoulder there. So now I'm a little stuck from training.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you do? What'd you do to your shoulder?
I was arm wrestling James and Roger at the same time.
That'll do it. I thought you were going to see Michelle.
I didn't get to her.
Larry Flame said he was able to beat the biggest guy there. Was that you?
Who's Larry Flint? Ooh.
He came up to the big
Larry
practice.
Flint, like Hustler.
Oh,
is Larry? Is that the like
guy? No.
Bald guy that just started?
I don't know if he's bald, but he's a prominent neck tattoo. He's a known Jennifer for ages. Jen learned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know him. Yeah. I let him beat. I didn't let him beat him once, and then Jennifer told me that he's only a week in, and he just goes into like a just straight arm break position immediately. Yeah. So like, I'll let the dude work, but I can't. I don't know.
He has to be careful.
I thought like he's been doing it for a minute because he was just so strong. He's strong.
No. He started. He's been to. I guess about within the last 6 months, he went to one of Fernandez's tournaments, and then he went to like in fall, like with maybe November or so, October, November. I think it's when he basically started. He's been to a couple of our practices, but
I'd appreciate it if you all would trust in Christ.
Amen. If
Jesus saves, amen.
If he learns how to arm wrestle safe, he'll do good. But right now, that is some sketchy arm wrestling that he's doing. I don't want to be the guy that breaks his arm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give it to him. He did beat me.
Hell, dude. We got these religious folks attacking the podcast.
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
As long as he doesn't talk about Michael Jordan again.
It's got to be that guy, right?
Yeah, that could be him.
That Michael Jordan guy sent me like a 16-page message saying what a piece of shit I am for removing him from the podcast. I'm like, dude, no offense, but you're talking about an unrelated topic to our podcast, and we have enough of that as it is.
At length, too. At length.
We don't need basketball on top of semen retention.
Yeah.
I was going to give you some props there when you wrote up the requirements for AUA. There was not one mention of semen in there, and
I had to edit it many times to take that out.
Fingers just automatically wrote it, typed it out.
Yeah.
It's always time to revise.
It pretty much is almost exactly what I had written up for the franchise, and I just modified it a little bit.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's funny you sent that, and I was like, these are pretty much the same exact ideas along the lines that I was thinking. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a few things we could tweak or add or delete, but it's a good first step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then you're the only one who submitted info to fill out that other sheet.
Well,
I mean, I probably have the rest of their info, but I could, fill in the blanks.
All right, fellas, I'm heading out.
Thank you for coming on, sir.
Yeah. You guys
Always
around?
A pleasure.
Yep. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, you too, man.
Over an hour ago, McUrchin asked me to send him the link. He said, I promise not to talk, but I want to come on. So I sent it to him. I took a chance, sent it to him right away. He hasn't even looked at it yet.
Why does that not surprise me?
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, see you, Paul.
Yeah, we got to get off early anyway, so we're not going to be on too much.
Good luck with your thing tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll be at Vail.
Yeah, have fun.
Always do.
Give Mike a hug from me.
Yeah. Well, maybe next year you guys try and come.
Well, if ours isn't the same day,
we'll see.
Yeah. If he changes the date, I would.
Well, we'll see what it is. It is what it is.
It was supposed to be the 17th, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
See you, buddy.
Night. Yes.
Yeah, Mike Bisman got all mad at us. So he submitted a date for a tournament for the 17th. Ours is on the 3rd. But then they changed their date to the 3rd and then sent us a message saying, hey, what the fuck? Why are you on the 3rd with us? And we're like, what are you talking about? So some sort of misunderstanding or whatever the problem is, but
yeah, it sucks.
But nobody that's going to our Maryland tournament would go to the Vail anyway. It's like a 4-hour drive. So there's no.
Is that a strap only tournament?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a strap only tournament, right?
I would never go to that tournament.
Why is that?
Oh, high in the house.
I do not like the strap. You got to earn the strap.
Yeah, fair.
Isn't
I don't know.
Oh, look who it is.
The master mediator in the house.
Ooh, I like this camera angle. If I like stick my arms out, it makes my arms like very
terrible.
big.
Look at Matthias, dude. He does live feeds. His is freezing up, and that's why Knuckles Up fucking had these problems.
Ouch.
Sorry, buddy.
But see, I like the strap, right? Because if you give me the strap, you're stronger than me.
Well,
right?
I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But a lot of people, I mean, strap pulling is the way. It's just unfortunately, like I don't have anybody in my area that I can actually
not working. Oh my god!
Train strap with.
Yeah.
So
can you guys hear me? Is my audio working?
Yeah.
Is this the same internet connection you used for Knuckles Up?
Oh, you motherfucker! No, I'm in my garage here, so I had to disconnect from my Wi-Fi. And I'm on mobile now because I don't know, something's fucking wrong with my garage connection here.
Way to promote your live feed skills.
It's crazy that the tech guy,
right? He's the only one having issues.
Is having issues.
Listen, I got a new wireless setup in my house, so I'm still trying to fucking figure shit out. And I came in here to defend my mediation skills. So I'm actually here to try to figure out who I can mediate Ryan with. Who do you have problems with right now, Ryan? I'll help you, buddy.
Walker and James Reed.
Wait. When you mediated me and Alan, it actually worked. But you failed with Marcus.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think the effort was there, but the execution needs some work. But I think maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time it won't be a broken foot. Maybe just like a finger.
Yeah. Or maybe there's a way just to cool everybody down. Maybe give everybody some sedatives. Here's some pills, guys. Just take these. Let's just chill a little bit. Nobody has to die today.
LSD.
Yeah, or some ecstasy or something. You know what I mean? Get everybody super happy. And maybe some smooching instead of wrestling happens. You never know. Yeah.
How is Alan's foot coming along? Is it better?
I think he's good now. I haven't seen him in a minute. But I still talk to him every now and then. But yeah, I think it's been a while now, right? Like that was like a month ago, right?
It was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, probably longer.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? How's it been so long? Yeah, I'm losing track of time, man. I'm losing track of time.
No, it was just a little over a month. It's like a month and a half.
Oh, okay. So it's not 2 months. Yeah, okay.
Because Winter Blast was
the
last week of March.
Yep. March 20. Well, No, March 21st, 22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it hasn't been 2 months yet because I just came back from Dominican, so I'm still a little bit screwed up. My times and my days are not 100% yet. Too much alcohol abuse for 1 week.
Oh my goodness. Why?
Yeah, it's good for the soul though. It's good for the soul. All right.
This is good for the soul right here.
What's that? I can't see it. It's too small.
Yerba mate.
Oh, what's that?
It's a tea.
Does it have alcohol in it?
No. You can?
Yeah, well, you should. You should. Yeah.
Yeah, just boil some vodka and just
Yeah. Or some moonshine. Hey, put some dirty stuff in there.
Came out with the Alan Ford shirt.
Oh my God.
I know Marcus sent me that. Honestly, Marcus, send that to me. I will deliver it to Alan, and I'll get a video of his reaction to it.
Yo,
like I love Alan, but it's pretty fun. In retrospect, the whole scenario, if it was like told to you and you weren't there, like, it is pretty funny, right? Like it is kind of a funny thing.
It was funny being there.
Well, you know, I was
not for you because he was your ride home.
Well, it's, you know, I like Alan, I like Marcus, like I'm friends with everybody, so it just, you know, it sucks being stuck in the middle, and like, you know, I was legit. Sorry, what's that?
Let me ask you this: how was that ride home?
Yeah, it was good. It was fine. It was fine.
Like a little awkward.
No, whatever. It is. Again, it is what it is, right? Like it's like honestly, it does suck because I was really looking forward to competing at Winter Blast, right? So it's kind of, I was pretty bummed out about it. I was pretty bummed out about the whole thing.
Hey, our live feed went off without a hitch, though. Without you.
Hey man, I helped you set that shit up. You take that back right now. I was like,
you did. We appreciate it.
Yeah. No. Well, I think everything like with the whole event, I think turned out pretty well, right? Like the pay-per-view the day before, I think those matches were fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then I didn't see all of the tournament, but I saw some of the matches. And like, yeah, those look like they fucking turned out really well too. So
it's a good thing that the audio was low on the video because I kept saying weird things to Alan Ford the whole time.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, so I actually bought some like crazy expensive mics and stuff now. But the issue is because we're so close to the speakers, if the commentary audio was any higher, you hear the music like constantly echoing.
Right.
So it's like, but you know what? They do have the raw. So I gave Paul and Marcus all the raw footage. Yeah. And so the raw footage has all the audio tracks like separated. So if they want to like go in there and clean it up, it's super easy because everything's on its own track. So
yeah, probably better that Alan Ford doesn't hear all that.
Well, whatever.
You know how he kept walking away to like see the matches?
Yeah.
So he couldn't hear me. So he would walk away.
So
every time he'd walk away, I'd be like, yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, honestly, I thought you guys are kind of a good contrast as far as the commentary goes. I think once you mentioned
he would get real technical, I'd be like, well, I disagree, Alan. And he'd be like, you don't even know how to arm wrestle. It was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and then once you talked about the semen retention, I think that kind of kept repeating itself, you know. So there was a lot of that in there.
So RVJ's walking by, and I'm like, "Hey, RVJ, come here." And I was like, "So, you know, James Wall's doing semen retention. Have you ever done anything like that?" And he goes, "I came 3 times on the way down here." Perfect answer for the live feed.
Hey man, there is like, regardless of what the science says, like back when I used to fight, I would do 2 weeks of like full on retention, and I'm telling you, it makes you it tweaks you a little bit. You get a little extra aggressive, you know. Everything in life is a little bit shittier. So if you're trying to compete at something, I'd say that's the way to go.
I'm on 5 years of semen retention.
You're just constantly beating people up in the street, like you don't give a fuck anymore, right?
Both my feet are broken.
Yeah, like tripping old ladies. The old lady hits the ground. She's like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, I haven't jerked out in 5 years. She's like, okay, sorry.
Was that Alan Ford's problem? Was he was doing semen retention, so he's extra angry?
Could be.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
Fellas, I'm gonna slide off of here. I gotta head to work.
See you,
All right,
Billy.
Willie. Have a good night.
Later.
Oh,
Thanks,
stay
buddy.
powerful.
Later.
Yeah. So what's the deal with all?
Fuck that guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we say when people leave the podcast.
Super nice crew, eh? Super nice crew.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with all these matches, man? What are you doing here?
Which ones?
Well, I just saw you posted on Facebook the other day, looking for like people to have matches or something.
So in talking with Marcus, we were talking about the other day. So like we've always had these FTG matches which are just like little challenge matches that we add on to our tournaments.
Yeah.
So because it says FTG and there's a lot of kids getting into the sport and we have a lot of teenagers that come to our events, we kind of rebranded it as Table Trauma. So
okay,
what we're going to start doing is, we are going to start filming some of the Ultimate Arm Wrestler stuff here in the States.
Yeah.
So Table Trauma will be like step one at one of our tournaments. And then we kind of start to weed out the guys that are, coming up, the newcomers that are like real hungry and doing well. And then they get a shot at the Arm Gods, Ultimate Arm Wrestler. Now, you start doing good on Ultimate Arm Wrestler. Now you get a shot at, say, one of our bigger events, like the Independence Cup or one of Arm God's bigger cards, or like a Winter Blast style event or something like that. So what we're trying to create is a clear path where it's like, okay, I didn't just do this super match at practice or a small tournament and it leads to nothing. Like, where are you going with your arm wrestling career? And we're just trying to make it a more clear path or avenue from the bottom to the top with opportunities all along the way. And then, obviously when you start getting on Arm Gods cards and Mac cards or Knuckles Up or whatever, people start to notice you. And then the next thing you know, East versus West is knocking on your door, or fucking King of the Table or whatever. So,
yeah, man,
just something, just a way, another way for us to create some more interest,
Yeah, and I think it's good to have tons of newer guys doing super matches and stuff in general, instead of just, because tournaments and super matches are very different, I find, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a, and again, like you guys have like a lot of people watching your shit, so it's a good way to get guys fucking exposure. Yeah, so I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys that are like hidden beasts, like, come out of the woodwork. Sometimes you're like, I didn't even know that guy's name, and he's crushing people that, that's the whole goal of Ultimate Arm Wrestler, is to find those guys and then offer them a match on something bigger. So
yeah, and if you want a can for any of those guys to crush, I'm right here.
Well, dude, so because you broke Alan Ford's foot,
bro,
we now have the Arm Gods equipment to throw these Ultimate Arm Wrestler matches down here in the States.
Yeah.
Since you couldn't load the vehicle by yourself or whatever the excuse was.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, honestly, if you guys do want, like, again, a body, like I'm around, I think 180 right now. Like I'm down. I'll drive down there. I'm in.
Sweet.
And I can even help you film and shit afterwards too. Whatever.
Yeah, we're just gonna okay it with Marcus, see if he still likes you.
Probably not. Yeah, no, me and Marcus are good. I think we're still good.
Marcus just texted me. He said, break his foot and then he can do a match.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I'm kidding.
Listen. Yeah, no, I think Marcus, I don't think he's ever threatened to kill me. So I think we're cool, man. I think we're good.
Yeah. I think he has threatened to kill me, but I wasn't sure if he was joking or not. So I just prayed for the best.
Yeah.
Just laughed it off.
Yeah. I don't want to find out if he's serious or not.
Yeah. You're like, funny guy. He's like, I just walk around with a pocket knife and a gun now. But what I mean, it's not big deal. No big deal.
I'm worried my car's going to get blown up by the IRA.
You're like, I bought this like Yeah, I bought this like what is it, like a bomb scanner? You know what I mean? It's just a joke, guys. It's all funny, you know. It's hilarious. It's yeah. I'll do yak right hand. Yeah, do me right hand, you bum. Guy outweighs me by like 40 pounds. What is this?
That's it. That's his weak arm, right? Right. He's a lefty, right?
Yeah, his right arm's like this. You know that movie, like what is it? Scary Movie, where the dude's got like the little thing. That's his right arm.
Oh, he's got like a little gimpy arm.
Yeah, he's got a little. This is like this, like a little tiny thing, barely even attached to his body. It's just a couple nerves holding it on.
He said he would pull you right-handed.
You'll pull me right? Yeah, okay, let's do right. I'll do right.
That's perfect, and then I get the winner.
Yeah, let's go. And then the winner gets 97% of the 98. Eh?
Yeah. I'm not at 98% of my total power yet.
Oh.
Maybe after the surgery, then maybe I would jump in on a right-handed 3-way match. That'd be fun.
Yeah, well, your shoulder's still fucked, right? You got to get that shit sorted out, man. Don't fucking
how'd
injure
you
yourself.
question about how'd you know, like, what happened to your shoulder?
Nothing cool, dude. My parachute didn't open.
What?
My parachute.
There's a parachute in the shoulder?
Didn't open, and I collided with the earth. No, I fell at work, and I felt like a pop. Went to get an MRI. They were like, dude, you got like 3 tears, all this shit. Got surgery. And then my arm just wasn't like okay after like the amount of time that you're supposed to wait till it starts to come back after PT and everything.
I got a question.
I got a second MRI, and they're like, you still have some tears in there. We're gonna have to do another surgery.
After you heard the pop,
yeah,
could you still move your arm around?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not for
then I'm good. Because I had
not doing that, dude.
I had like a heavy ass, like a bad crunch.
Yeah.
Like it felt good at the time. It felt good. And then it happened again. I'm like, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
And then it happened like the third time, like it just happened like a really time. And I'm like, dude, I'm done arm wrestling for the day. And then I went and I pulled Michael Hawks at our tournament practice.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely knew something was messed up because I couldn't even lift my arm. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
So
speaking of practices, is this week Outlaws on week or off week?
Off week.
I'm sorry?
Off
So
week.
you will be practicing on the 10th?
Yeah, that next week is our.
We're going with TS. You're the first Ultimate Arm Wrestler match in the United States.
You know what you said next
week?
week?
Let's go. Let's go. Wait, when is it? When is it?
Yes.
I don't know yet. We're still working on that.
The 10th, Dave. We're practicing the 10th.
Okay, thank you. You're cut off by whatever.
It's okay.
At the moment, I don't have anything the 10th because I'm not going to go to Pittsburgh. So I was thinking.
I mean, really, the Ultimate Arm Wrestler ones can be anywhere. We just need a location, and we can set up some banners, live feeded, all that stuff.
So how far you're in New Jersey, right?
Like outside Philly.
Okay. How far away is that from the venue that we just had the Arm Gods one at?
Like 40 minutes.
40 minutes closer to me or further away?
Parallel.
Okay, so now so around
about the same. But I mean, if we find a spot, we could go further north and do it further north, so it's closer for both you guys.
Oh yeah, well I don't care, whatever, man. I'll do the drive.
How does Utica, New York sound?
How was the drive? How long was the drive for you guys to Philly?
Oh fuck, like 7 or 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal. Yeah.
Oh, we could go a few hours north, and if we find a place, we can host it.
Well, I'll ask Alan. I'll see if he wants to give me a lift. Like, hey, buddy, you want to go? No kicking this time. No kicking. We'll put him in bubble wrap.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, no. Like I said, I'm down. Like I'll make the drive. The only thing is like my schedule's fucking gonna be insane between now and August. So like the sooner I have a date, the sooner I'm able to like plan around it because I gotta fucking.
Yak said he'll fly down.
What's that?
Yak said he'd fly down.
Yeah,
Marcus will be announcing it very soon. We We have a location. So Sean Latimer is letting us use his gym / practice space, and it's like a big facility he built in his backyard. So he's letting us use that for free to throw these Ultimate Arm Wrestler matches at. So we'll be set up there to do it. So if you guys can make it there, which that is in New Jersey, but like I said, pretty much parallel from where that venue was. So you won't really save much time. But we could do it there, or like I said, maybe we could find someone that would host it further north, and we just bring the stuff with us so you guys can save a little bit of time. But we'll figure
you know what? If you want to do it in Rochester, like I know JJ's got a place there.
Yeah,
that's a bit of a drive for you, though. It's
we can look into it and see what works. You know,
New York.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm down. Maybe we do a couple of matches. So like you actually want to do me against Yak right hand? Is that happening?
Yak said he would.
Okay, yeah. He's got a bit of a weight advantage, but whatever. I just want to compete, man. I just want to get as many matches in and as many tournaments this year as possible. So I'll do anybody. I don't care.
Is that everybody's thing this year? Everybody who I've talked to is like, I wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I wanted to do a tournament a month, and then I screwed up the shoulder, and now I'm a tournament.
I'm down. I'm a bum and intrigued about this. Are you worried at all, Matthias, about Yak's sexual orientation?
Oh, dude, yeah, for sure. Like, I don't know, he's thirsty. That guy's thirsty. Like, honestly, I think this is his way to get in bed with me. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. Maybe.
He said he's 20 pounds heavier.
20 pounds heavier than he was last time.
Oh, dude, we'll get him some cocaine, and he'll fucking run some laps around the venue real quick, and we'll get him down to weight.
Yeah, let's go. Because I'm probably, I would say 183, 84 right now. And then probably in a week or two, I'll probably be closer to 175. So
you're like 15 pounds less than me.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not as lean though. I'm not as lean. I still got,
Right.
Yeah, but no, I just, again, I want to compete a lot more this year, and I was closer to 200 pounds last year, and I can't compete at 200 pounds, man. I'm
if
fucking
you're 0.2 over, you guys can't pull.
What's that?
If you're 0.2 over, you can't pull. So a dig. That's a dig at the ladies thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. What was the deal there? I don't know the whole story.
So one of the competitors was 0.2 over, but she still had her clothes on, and there was a clothing allowance. So they just let her go. They're like, 0.2, that's probably your clothes. You're good. And then another competitor complained about it. So then the promoter said, "Oh, now you're not good." And then I'm like, you can't do that, dude.
Yeah, I know that's whack, man.
Because then that person had already started rehydrating and turned into a big thing and drama, and there's some footage like lesbian porn. I don't know. I don't have all the details.
Yeah, like DM me. That's fine.
I always imagine, like, I hope that there's like lesbian interactions behind the scenes that we don't know about. But
for sure it happens. 100%.
There's definitely gay.
100%.
100%. Definitely male gay stuff going on.
Listen, it's a sport where like the primary thing you do is hold hands. 100%. There's going to be some opportunists in that group.
Oh, there's Stephanie Spencer's the one who started the drama at this event.
70 of 70. I avoid the drama. No bullshit.
But yeah, man. No, I think because so you guys are doing those. So are you guys doing any kind of build up before the matches too, or are you just going straight to the matches?
For the Ultimate Arm Wrestler? No, Arm Wrestler are going to be like, like up and comers that really we should be shining a light on. Where the table trauma is going to be more like guys you haven't seen do a super match or don't know of yet.
Yeah. So those ones there.
Progression going upwards.
Yeah. So like the beginner one, like the bum version. Are you guys doing any kind of like build up towards it, or you're just going to do the straight to the match type thing?
They might be on top of tournaments. We might do some matches here and there, but most of our matches are like attached to a tournament.
Okay.
So we'll see. We haven't like ironed that all out yet, but we're starting. We're trying to just create like a definite clear path is like the main goal.
Yeah, and I think that's smart, man. I think more people need to do stuff like that because I know with Mac we're trying to do like a similar thing as well. And I think the more people that the sport slowly turns into stars, the more fans you're going to build off that, right? And I think that's the biggest problem in arm wrestling right now is realistically, if you told anybody who's like new to the sport, you told them to list 5 arm wrestlers, they might get to 3.
Yeah.
So it's like people know who
Devin, John Brzenk, and fucking Ron Bath or whatever
or Levon or something. You know what I mean?
Someone big, yeah.
Ryan.
And honestly,
no one's going. Matthias.
Yeah. no one's ever gonna do that.
Rick, Dave Subich, Dave Shell. But that Ryan Grondin guy, what a fucking arm wrestler he is.
Yeah, I know. What a joke.
Unstoppable. Yeah. Unstoppable. Right?
And we went
He works record in arm wrestling.
Yeah. But no, I think there's a lot of like the thing that to me is crazy.
Yeah.
Is there's so many like character. Oh, what's this?
So on the Ultimate Arm Wrestler ones, we're gonna do like a beginning press conference where we're interviewing you guys.
Yeah.
Then the match, then an after show interviewing you guys again.
After show interview is missing from like a lot of tournaments. So it would be amazing. Or events, not tournaments, but events.
Yeah, you want to hear like, hey, what happened? Hey, what happened here?
What can you improve on? What can you do this? Well,
do you have a path that you just couldn't get to? Why are you such a pussy?
Honestly, yeah. Because Mac. Even my first experience after my first win, my super match win at Mac, dude, if you watch that, like, I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just there trying not to pass out because that was.
You guys cover me. I got to let my dog out.
Because that was like one of my hardest matches.
Yeah, and it's always hard, man. Like and honestly, doing interviews at like smaller events or just practicing it in your head, what you're going to say beforehand is super important because when you just have adrenaline dump and somebody's like, hey man, how you feel? The first thing that's coming around is like, yeah, good. Yeah.
Just
like you're all fucked up. Yeah.
So I mean, this is what we can probably do at Mac is even after the event's done, just don't have to stream it, just record it and send it out to YouTube. But then you're all back on that end anyways.
So we did. So the last event, we were planning on having a camera off to the side that somebody was just going to do interviews with the guys like throughout the event. Yeah. But we just couldn't get enough hands on deck. So hopefully this time we can do that.
You should have asked me. Dude,
okay.
I'm not an expert on camera equipment, but I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, well, no, we need somebody to do the actual interviews.
Oh, actual interview. Right? All right, no, you just need to hire a hot chick.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have card girls at the next event.
Wait, hold up, what?
Yeah. You
say what? Card?
Yeah. So they're gonna be. So they're gonna be at the. We'll probably have 2 or 3. One or two of them are going to be at the presser beforehand, and then all of them will be at the actual event when we have it. Mm-hmm. But it's something we're playing around. I think it adds to the atmosphere. So there's a lot of debating we did beforehand to decide whether we're going to do it or not. And ultimately, I kind of put my foot down. Like, listen, you want me to be in charge of production? This is production. You know what I mean? It's a production cost. Mm-hmm. and honestly, man, guys will go harder if. What does this say? Welcome,
Yo, could you please make those signs and just sell them? Just make a 98 shop at this point and just sell stupid shit like this.
Oh my god.
I guarantee you half of us will buy it.
Yeah, or when you do the Ultimate Arm Wrestler or the other matches, those will just be in the background. You just got to get a bunch printed off all over the wall, right?
Yeah.
But no, man, I honestly think that having things like card girls and stuff there, I think it adds to the atmosphere. And regardless of what some guys will say, if there's hot chicks like right beside you watching, you're gonna fucking go harder. You're gonna that extra 20% that you didn't have, you got it now. You got it. And honestly, I don't know if that affects the girls competing too. Maybe we'll try to get like some card guys too. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Invite everyone's mother.
Yeah.
No
everyone's mom and their grandma. Yeah.
So lose in front of their mother.
No.
Oh yeah. But we'll try it out. And honestly, I think arm gods should do the same thing. Get some ring card girls. Why not?
Yeah. Like my dude, no, you can't get everybody's mom there. My mom sees some of the videos that I make. Somebody shows them a video, or like at 98. Okay, I kind of started being more expressive at the table, a little, yelling a little more and doing that. I'm not that quiet, just polar anymore. And she's like, "You're beating him. Why are you yelling?"
That's when you yell. You don't want to be obnoxious when you're losing.
Yeah. She's like, it's too egoistic. I'm just like, it's production.
Yeah, no. Honestly, that's what gets you noticed, right? Like, there's gonna be all the purists online that are gonna shit on people like, "Oh, that guy's being an idiot." It's like, yeah, well, his match has 100,000 views and your match has 5. Like,
I mean, well, there's a line that you don't cross. Like, I keep forgetting the video where on the 98 page.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, but here's the thing, though.
Overly obnoxious, there's that.
Yeah,
that's the line. That's where you do not go.
Yeah, but that's not showmanship. That's just being a goofball. Yeah. There's a difference. The difference between being, a showman, whether you're paying the heel or whether you're, and honestly, most of the time, if you're winning and you're yelling at your table, it's like you're the heel now, right? So if you're playing that role, you can't be a fucking weirdo. You have to, you know what I mean? And you can't do it when you're losing, because if you do that stuff when you're losing, that's when you turn into a meme. Well, I guess you could do it, but it's not. It's
yeah. What was it? Chance Shaw, right? That's what that happened to him, right?
Oh, did it? What match was that?
When against Devin.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing. It got him the match.
No,
right?
It got him the match. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue like, oh, it's like it was a bad publicity or good publicity for him, but it's I think on my feed, that face that he made after realized this, like he's like right there and just smiling like that, he knows it's over.
Yeah.
It's been on my feed for like 2 months after the event.
Yeah, well, it's a good LinkedIn picture. You know what I mean? You put that on LinkedIn or something, or your Facebook profile.
Not trying to talk shit about Chance Shaw though.
No, Chance is a fucking, Chance is a beast, man. But no, it's that got on the match with Devin, right? Yeah. Like, if you want a match against somebody like Devin, you have 2 options, right? 2 lanes to get there. One, like you're fucking world level elite and you're fucking like up here. And the other one, you just fucking make fun of him until he fucking pulls you. So it's, and then here's the thing, even if you don't beat Devin, as long as you show up and you look like you have something, right? That puts eyes on you and that will get you another match down the future, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think Chance got a pin on him or anything, but he did have his moments that, he's got the screen caps from. So, has he had a match since that? I'm not sure.
I think it was a while ago. He had to have had a match. There's just so much going on right now.
Yeah, because he is a fucking beast, right? Like, he's up there. Like, he's Florida, right?
California?
Oh, California? Okay.
No, he's Florida.
He's Florida?
Florida?
Yeah. Florida Armwrestling League.
Sorry, it was just I had a conversation with Hawks, and California came up.
Yeah.
Something like that. Dave knows. Dave knows the whole story.
Yeah. So where is he ranked then in Florida? Is he like top 5?
In Florida, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
Let's see. Let's just do a
might
quick
be
Google
higher.
search.
Because he'd be super, right? Like he's probably
Yeah.
3 bills or close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Florida arm wrestling rankings.
He's probably not doing much right now with a newborn baby.
Oh,
nice.
Very nice.
Oh, powerful.
Yeah, he's
So
second
Ron-
to Grant Grundy on right hand. And then he's
Okay, yeah,
fourth
so-
left hand.
Yeah, so he's way up there, man.
No, I am.
Yeah.
Now I'm pulling my information from the Florida FAL arm wrestling Facebook page. There's nothing like that for New York, unfortunately. So I don't know what I'm ranked at in my own state.
Why isn't there?
I can't find anything.
So you make your own. You're number 1 now.
I'm
Hey,
number
there you
one.
go. That's how it works. If there's no rankings there, you make the rankings. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody make the rankings.
Quick
Yeah,
shout
there you
out to Candy. I don't know if Candy's still in here, but shout out to Candy Passmore, who got hit in the head with a soccer ball recently.
Congratulations.
Oh, nice.
She got hit in the head with a soccer ball by someone named Cosmo. I'm like, man,
Cosmo?
that makes it worse. You know, if it was like a little kid named like Joey, okay. But a little kid named Cosmo? That's fucking
Hey, man,
terrible.
do you know who Cosmo Alexander is?
No.
Look that guy up. So I think he's a Muay Thai or kickboxer, but he has a bunch of MMA fights too. The guy fucking murks people.
Really?
Oh, Brazilian
yeah.
kickboxer. Ooh.
Yeah. Cosmo Alexander, look that guy up. Like what is this?
Did you just make that?
No. I made it the other night when she told me.
Well, unaccustomed as I am for getting up before noon, even before noon, certainly before dawn, I'm going to go to bed. So since I have
Dave,
help run a tournament.
Powerful.
Wait, you're going to bed early for our tournament and leaving me on here?
I certainly am. I would suggest you get the hell off in the near future.
I'll be there before you anyway.
Yeah, that's why I suggest you get the hell off in the very near future.
Oh, Candy was still here. My bad. She's gonna kill me now.
Whatever.
Should really kill. You should really kill Cosmo.
Candy, it's called football.
Cosmo's lucky that Paul Passmore didn't kill him.
Well, if I don't see Eric tomorrow, I'll probably see him next week. I'm thinking of coming to practice.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to any tournaments for June 14th is gonna be my tournament for the summer. I'm not even gonna be doing Battle of the Beach. My summer filled up.
Do you know a date for that? I haven't even seen a date for that yet.
I know the date. It's gonna be August 16th.
Well, I'm not going either because that's when I told Christina that if there was nothing else, that basically I'd come to see her.
Yeah.
But the 16th. Okay.
Yeah. We all know. I mean, James isn't the best at posting updates, but
Why don't you talk to him about that?
Same place, I presume.
Oh no, actually, yeah.
All right.
Harpoon Eddie's, same place.
Okay.
I mean, I have talked to him. I had a whole conversation with him about the Challenger Series and Keystone being booked at the same time.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Which.
Yep. Same exact day. Alrighty. Well, in any event, see y'all.
I'll see you. Good night.
Bye, Dave. Good night, buddy.
Which.
Powerful.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting smaller just because I haven't gone to the gym in a week. Like all I've been doing is just my rice bucket training, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude. I always use cooked rice. It's way easier, and then you can eat it.
You got like the sushi rice, right? You just all sticks to your hand. You just lick it off after. Yeah.
Paul caught me too, dude. Sorry, Paul. I didn't mean to make fun of your wife. It is kind of funny though, right?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Matthias, you ever played TF2?
A little bit. Not so much
bit.
so.
Are you familiar with a bucket meme from TF2?
I can take a punch.
Oh my god!
Not a cosmic soccer ball.
Just search it up.
Yeah, I should look it up. Yeah.
Yeah, just look it up on YouTube. It's like I think it's like a CFX animation skit.
Okay. Yeah, no,
my childhood.
My shooter games that I played back then, I played a lot of Quake back in the day, and I was some Call of Duty and shit too. Yeah.
I don't know what Quake.
Yeah, I'm probably twice your age.
Yeah, I'm 21. I'm a little.
Jesus.
Yeah, literally twice your age. Yeah.
I'm a little young when it comes to video games.
Oh, Jesus,
Yeah.
I'm really good at Duck Hunt.
Bro, dude, I fucking crushed Duck Hunt, my man. I crushed Duck Hunt.
Dude.
Yeah.
I had like I had like a little cowboy fucking, side strap so I could pull it out like I was like fucking drawing out.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You know what sucks though? Those old Duck Hunt guns, they don't work on fucking new TVs.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I mean,
makes sense. Bullshit.
That's crazy.
Bullshit. Yeah, because I remember when I first bought like a big TV, like a big fucking LCD for my basement. One of the first things I did was plug the old Nintendo in it, and I tried Duck Hunt with it. I'm like, what the fuck? Why my aim so bad? Like I used to be okay as a kid, and then I found out afterwards it doesn't work properly with the fucking newer LCD TV.
Flat screens first came out, and they were like $10,000.
Yeah.
And
they weren't really that flat.
So I used to work with a dude who used to work for a subcontracting company for NASA. And when he got canned and laid off, they paid him out this crazy fucking severance. I think he got like $180K, but it's Canadian, so like $20K US or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But he ended up spending, I don't want to make up numbers, but it was something stupid like $25,000 on like one of these first, they're called like picture frame TVs. I don't know if you remember those.
Oh yeah.
But they were like big screen TVs, but they were like super, super thin, and you could just hang them on your fucking wall. So he spent like $25,000 on this fucking thing. And then literally he had it for maybe like a year, and then him and his wife got divorced, and she fucking took it, and he was devastated. Just devastated.
Jeez.
I still wonder how the 8-bit Nintendo controller gun actually worked in Duck Hunt. Yeah.
So I can actually explain that. So the way that it works is a light sensor inside the gun, right? And when you press the trigger, it sends a signal to the TV, and the TV flashes. So everything is actually black. So when you press that button, everything is black, and where the duck is a white square. So when the light sensor picks up white, that counts as a hit, and when it doesn't pick up white, then it's not a hit. So it's really, really simple technology, but that's essentially how those old guns work. And I don't know the exact reason why LCDs don't work with them. I think it's a latency thing. So I believe that when you push the button on the old TVs, it's almost instant where it does the flashing thing and it picks up the light color. Whereas modern TV, I believe there's like just some sort of latency in it. So when you press it, the flash doesn't happen right away. There's a bit of a lag behind it. So it doesn't actually get the right color stuff. But sometimes it will.
Not getting one fucking duck going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're like trying to show off to some neighborhood kids and you don't hit one duck.
That's the worst. Yeah, you can control the ducks with the fucking second controller.
No, I didn't know
dude.
that.
Dude, I just changed your life. Yeah, if you're playing with the one duck mode, if you use the second controller, you can control the duck.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So if you want to go,
I was more of a Contra guy.
Oh yes, dude.
Contra, dude. Oh my god.
I played the shit out of that.
AB, select, start to get the fucking 30 free guys.
Yeah. I play. You ever play a game called Doom Troopers?
No.
Dude, you should look that up. So it's very Contra-esque. It's for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, nice.
It's a super underrated game, but it's pretty much Contra, but it's like like Donkey Kong. They have like the 3D. What is this? I was only trying to shoot lava. Yeah, dude. They should make a version where you can fucking shoot the dog, right?
Can't beat Duck Hunt. Yeah, it would be cool if you could have shot the dog and it just drops.
Yeah, or he just stops laughing. He's like, Yeah, no, I know. So I know that there's a version of Duck Hunt you can get that you can play in a browser, and that version you can actually shoot the dog. It's like somebody made it. Yeah.
Dude, remember
ATF?
you had to put the game in just right and like move it to the left, up, down, like different ways to make it work.
Yeah, you're blowing the cartridge, right? And then you put it in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it sounds like that version was made by the ATF.
I remember having nights too where a shitload of us were playing Tetris, trying to out Tetris each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I play some Tetris. Well, you can do multiplayer Tetris too. Yeah. Was that? But
oh yeah, dude, Mike Tyson's
Punch Out.
Shit.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think I ever beat Punch Out though. I think I could make it to Mike Tyson, or I didn't have the Mike Tyson version. I had the one where it had the white Mike Tyson with the sunglasses.
What?
Well, yeah, well, it's because Mike Tyson
was that the Canadian version?
Well, it's so essentially. I think what happened was when Mike Tyson went to jail, they re-released the game, and everything after he went to jail, instead of Mike Tyson,
white.
Yeah,
it's a white dude with glasses or something.
No rapists in this game.
Yeah, if they would do that today, like they'd get fucking shit on it. But like that was back in the '90s, right? People didn't care back then.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So there's Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Years after I played it.
It's literally right after he went to jail. So as soon as he went to jail,
and we got it for Christmas that year, and it was like that's all we fucking did for a while.
That was a fucking awesome game, man. I think it holds up. I can play that right now.
For Atari. Remember, like
I had
Pitfall, dude. Pitfall was like fucking right, and the graphics now you look at it, you're like, how did I even play this?
Yeah, the what the fuck was the name of the game? So I had Atari with like 3 or 4 different games on it. I think I had the ET game, which was just like complete dog shit. And then I had Pitfall. I had this like flight simulator game, which like I didn't have the instruction book for it.
Yeah.
So we had no idea how to fucking even take off.
You had like Centipede.
I don't think I had Centipede.
Pac-Man, Pitfall. I think there was another one where you're like a spaceship shooting up at the fucking things like to just keep coming down.
Oh yeah, Alien Invaders. Alien Invaders
was badass.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the name of the fucking game. You know what? I think it was an Alice in the Wonderland game where there was this game where you had to jump on these crocodile heads, and then randomly the crocodile heads would like eat you. But again, I'm like fucking 5 at the time, right? So I thought it was the greatest thing ever. It's like, I'm feeding the girl to the crocodiles, even though the purpose of the game is the opposite.
Like Excite Bike.
Yeah, Excite Bike.
I feel like I don't even belong in this conversation right now.
Ah.
Yeah, for real.
No.
Someone's trying to call me. Dr. Kurchin. Oh God, it won't let me answer while I'm on the podcast.
Oh no!
Press cancel, bro.
Yeah. Oopsie.
Because like I played the Wii. That's the Wii. I did Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Well, Street Fighter is probably my favorite game of all time.
Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Bro, I will play you Street Fighter 2. I will play you Street Fighter 2. I'll crush you.
You probably beat me.
Excite Bike was the shit. Yeah, it was, dude.
Oh fuck yeah! Actually, you know who's actually really good at Mortal Kombat?
Who?
Devin.
Oh really?
Dude, like next, like I'm okay. Like when I play, so I have an arcade machine in my my living room here. Every once in a while, friends over, we're playing some games and shit. And if we're playing Mortal Kombat, usually I'm the one that's fucking crushing everybody. Devin and Auden are like super elite Mortal Kombat 3 guys.
Do they know what they're doing, or are they just fucking like moving it around until they fucking?
No, they really fucking know, man. The first time me and him talked about playing it, he's just talking all this shit. I was like, fuck you. Like, oh, you can't be that fucking good. I swear to God, I think I went to his house because he's got an arcade machine in his basement too that has just Mortal Kombat on it. We must have played probably 150 games. I think I won 1, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Like it was like I was like, what the fuck? I was like, fuck this. Like, you can't beat me at video games and arm wrestling. It was bullshit. Like, is that But he's like, yeah, like super, super, super good at Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, I didn't like Mortal Kombat. It was too bloody for me.
Really?
Oh, come on. What are you saying?
Did you ever play any PC games?
Yeah. Well, PC games kind of started in like 2016 for me, so 2016. Well, 2018. Yeah, 2016, 2018, somewhere between there.
Hey, you know what? There's no arm wrestling games like at all, really.
Arm wrestling games.
Yeah, like somebody should fucking make one. Like if I had more time, I'd fucking make one.
There is an arm wrestling game on Steam.
Is there really?
There is.
It's probably dog shit though, right?
Looks like it.
Yeah. See what I picture. You ever played any of the old beat 'em ups like River City Ransom or like you ever play any of those, Brian?
Which ones?
Like River City Ransom.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Well, you know, like those. It's like the little. Yeah.
I played. I don't know if you heard of this. Ultima Online.
All right.
That's
you're one of those guys.
Oh, dude, I loved it.
So this is the game.
Arm Wrestling Reborn?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck is that? There's an arm wrestling game?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to play this. Because this looks
$10
like, how much is it? $10. Fuck it. Whatever, I'm in.
I have to add money to my wallet.
Any big names in it, or?
You can see my profile right there.
I'm gonna stream myself fucking playing this game. Oh my god. Oh yeah, it's got training too.
Like, oh, I got my level up training.
Bro, how did I not know about this? Is this thing's VR compatible? This game runs both in standard VR.
This is VR compatible. It's a VR game.
Compatible.
Yo, somebody streamed this. This is sick. Look at that.
Listen,
that's copyright.
I'm getting
That's
this.
Devin right there. That's Devin. We all know.
Yeah, it's a duct tape on the thing, dude. I'm getting this game. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
Who's it made by?
Alan Cybercoat. Don't want to click this link.
Listen, I'm gonna buy this tonight. I'm gonna fucking stream this. If I have some fucking free time, I'm gonna stream this, and I'll try to find out who made it and try to get him on the podcast or something.
Yeah.
Unless it's like super bad. If I launch this thing and it's what the fuck is that? Go back. What was that? What is this? What is happening? Oh my god. Okay, I'm playing
There's
this.
two streamers. These are like the VTube.
Oh, there's people streaming it. Yeah. I thought that was like in the game. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was in the game for a second too. I just remember there's some weirdos that do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like instead of having a normal face cam, right? I'm gonna have a face cam and then put a filter on myself. What the flip? That's it. That's a very strong dude. That's a very strong dude. You see what he's doing with that thing?
Oh my god. Okay, I have to get this. I have to get this fucking game. I'm doing this.
What the fuck was that?
He's like, what? You can do this with it. You can do that. Awesome. Oh my god. Amazing. This is amazing.
That's how Ryan trains secretly.
Dude, that looked like the dude was jerking off.
Test your riser. Okay, I have to try this. I have to check this out. Okay.
Dude,
this guy's fucking powering up.
Yeah, AEW game. All right, yeah. Stop the stream. All right. Oh, I have to stop. Okay.
Yes. But yeah, so before I realized something like that existed, I always wanted to fucking see one. It was like one of those like little beat 'em up games. So like River City Ransom, you have these little dudes, and you just go around like beating up other dudes. I thought it'd be fucking hilarious as fuck if somebody created a game and just took all like the arm wrestlers from like all around the states, and then you could just go to different states and just beat up all the arm wrestlers, and then after you beat the boss, maybe you do like an arm wrestling match or something.
Dude, that would be awesome. If you make it into like the WWE style games,
Or that, yeah. There you go. There you go.
That. Not, but just take inspiration from that.
Yeah, man. So I think it'd be sick if somebody made something like that. If I had fucking any free time, I'd make it. But I'm fucking swamped these days. I got nothing. I might not even have time to stream that game, but I do. I am gonna buy that. I am gonna fucking buy that.
Dude, coding that would be tough, man. I'd have to relearn how to code and get higher to the level that I was at. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I used to make games back in the day. Actually, one of my wasn't my first programming job, but like my second or third job, I was making educational games for the ministry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've made like mobile games and stuff in the past. And I went to school for game development. That's originally what I went to college for.
Yeah, we need better mobile games. I don't know. I grew up with such good games on playing on my iPod, and now we're just like, dude, what are these games? It's just ads.
Yeah, well, it's all money driven, right? And it's all a lot of mobile games now. They're not designed to be fun games anymore. They're just designed to consume your time, right?
Yeah,
and it's a different thing. So there's a lot of psychology behind it. And actually, I studied some of that back in the day. It's all about like retention. So it's like if you can build a game loop that just kind of forces people to keep coming back, that's how you're going to make all your money. So even if the game's not fun, but you're able to give your players enough endorphins that they just keep fucking coming back. So if you actually look at like games like Diablo and like World of Warcraft, they actually have like psychologists that are helping in the team behind on the back end just to figure out like, okay, how long can we get people to grind and then reward them and stay there? Because if you get them to grind too long, then they'll stop playing the game. But if you get just that right amount of grind and then you reward players, it's like this psychological loop that you get put into, and you'll just start fucking dedicating like years of your life to these games.
Yeah, this is interesting. How did that happen with Rust? If you know what that game is.
Oh yeah, I know. I never played Rust, but I know of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I have it open right now.
Oh, you're playing it right now, yeah?
Yeah, and I myself don't understand why I play this game that has absolutely 0 point. There's 0 point because you could either, hunting sniper on my phone for a while.
Oh, I play the hunting sniper game, dude. Shooting deer
yeah?
and fucking. They're like running across, and you gotta snipe those fuckers.
War of the Tanks on mobile
Your
were pretty
guns.
fun. Like, I deleted it off my phone because it just takes way too much time to grind.
Oh yeah.
It's
Actually,
ridiculous.
a mobile game that I played a lot back in the day is Ski Safari.
Hold up.
You guys ever played that before?
I remember that.
Yeah. It's the jingles, like the little jingle as the guy's going down the hill, and then it's one button, right? So you press to jump, and if you hold it, he does backflips.
Oh, so it's like it was built on like Flappy Bird.
I think it might be before Flappy Bird.
Well, yeah, no, Flappy Bird was. Yeah, it could be before Flappy Bird.
I think so. Yeah.
It was like the Jetpack game. Jetpack Steve, was it?
There's a ton of games that are like that, but for whatever reason, like that Ski Safari game, I just put a fuck ton of time
Jetpack Joyride. Jetpack Joyride.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever played that one.
Where it's like where you're a little dude running away from like a lab. And then you get a jetpack, you steal a jetpack.
Actually, Ryan, you should install that arm wrestling game and stream it right now.
I'd probably lose at that.
Jeez, no self-confidence whatsoever. Jeez, come on, Ryan.
I'll have self-confidence after this surgery, dude.
When's your surgery?
I don't know. They haven't scheduled it yet. I already had one and it failed.
I got like this. I don't even know. I think it's like a 5-pound resistant band, something like. But just doing this burns the hell out of my shoulder right now.
Dude, that's good for recovery. Those are really good for recovery. I tie one to the oh shit handle across my vehicle. When I'm driving, I just sit there pronating, fucking doing different things, rise, whatever.
Yeah, this is what I put.
Masturbating.
This is what I put
But
it
only, but you don't finish though. It's all about the retention.
It's only illegal in school zones.
Jesus.
It's hard to pick up my daughter from school when I'm not allowed within 500 feet of the school. Just to walk to my car.
Just yeah.
Listen, man, I used to work at a college, and I used to see some weird shit there, man. There's some people that have. My office used to be behind the library, so in order to get to like the cubicles where I worked, you had to like go through the library and kind of go on the back.
Yeah.
The library washrooms at that college, it's seen the weirdest shit imaginable. I went in there, I seen fucking guys pulling it out. I've seen guys walking around naked. We had a problem where there was one particular dude that he would wear a trench coat. He would sneak into the library, and he was just trench coat, nothing else. And he would find like girls that were in the back of the library, kind of isolated from the rest of the area, and he would like expose himself for as long as he could, and then fucking run away.
Like
it was
like a weird flasher.
Yeah,
that's awesome,
it was a legit problem. Yeah.
No shit. You just missed him. He just got off. He had to leave early, like I should.
Are you having an event tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, what time? What time?
I got to leave here at 6 a.m. So,
yeah, just stay up all night. Just stay up all night.
I've done it, dude. It sucks. But
I did that
every night though.
I used to work night shifts at my gym, so
yeah,
I've seen it. I've seen some crazy shit. Yeah.
Where do you used to work?
At my gym.
Oh, at a gym. Okay,
yeah.
I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you the guy that had to clean the semen out of the drains? On the showers?
No. I did.
They're like, Eric, get the mop. Dude, I heard that's a serious problem at gyms.
We had two gay dudes doing it in the steam room.
No.
Yep. Yeah, we had
Dave Shell and who?
Huh?
Were you just a witness, or were you one of the dudes?
Dave Shell and who?
I was not. That was just the witness. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. I was working front desk, and somebody just walked by. He's like, "Hey, someone's moaning in the steam room."
Tap on the shoulder. We're like, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Just excuse me."
Sir, I'm going to need you to remove your penis from that man's asshole and come with me.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You guys are creating more steam than the steam room can handle.
Dude, I bet you it smelled funny in there, right?
Oh yeah.
It probably was a smell in there, right? You're like, yes.
I did not walk in there.
Is that the new cologne called a noose? Hey, MG's in the house, dude. What's going on?
He goes, I'm like, what does a rope have to do with it?
MG, the only member of the cast that has absolutely nothing to do with arm wrestling.
Oh.
I'm the libtard.
Yep. The very left-wing liberal.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Just like Canada.
Dude, I don't even get me started.
The lady that shit on someone's car recently in my neighborhood was also a liberal.
You're gonna want me on. I guarantee you're gonna want me on your jury. I guarantee it. Just fucking wait. You will want me on your jury.
That sounds like prejudice.
No, it means that I listen and I pay attention, and then I will love.
So in that case, Ryan doesn't want you on his jury then.
Matthias, you probably don't know this, but MG has a 3-inch areola.
Huge. Huge.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like a round? Circumference? A diameter? Which one?
Diameter.
Makes a difference. Makes a difference.
Circumference.
I don't know. It's weird. I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah. We might have to remeasure later.
Yes, we should.
I let Dave Shell control the podcast one night. and people are texting me going, some ladies on the podcast and their tits are out. And I'm like, what?
So you've had some late nighters with some interesting stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lily.
We've had full on.
It was not fine. It was a terrible time.
Spreading their ass cheeks and taints and stuff.
I remember that one. That was on a Wednesday, and it was like 3 o'clock or something.
Midday.
4 o'clock midday.
Yeah. The dude's talking like this, right? He doesn't have a shirt on. And then he just backs up and he's fully nude.
Dude, I think I happened to join the chat just as that happened. And I remember sending you a message. I was like, bro, you got to take this down. Like, what the fuck am I going? What is this?
and then he grabs the phone and just brings it in closer. I'm just like,
Matthias goes, you got to take this down, but send me the clip first.
I saw it literally happened. Like, I think I had some free time. I was like, oh, like, 98's live. I'll click on that, and then that just popped up. I'm like, what?
Were you like,
what?
I'm in the same boat as you. I was like, oh, 98's live. I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna stream it to my Discord to just show them what we're about. I have like five, 8 dudes that know nothing about arm wrestling, but have some interest.
Oh my god!
You see it? What does this guy's nutsack have to do with arm wrestling?
Oh my god,
dude! I mean, he had a mental breakdown on the show. It's like, he's like threatening Paul. He's like talking about shooting up gyms and schools. I'm like, oh, this is not good. This episode's going to be used as evidence in a court case,
dude. Yeah, whatever happened to that guy? He just kind of came and went, sort of deal, or what?
Oh, he went to jail.
Okay, yeah.
Not for indecent exposure on a podcast.
Yeah. Safe travels, my friend. Safe travels. Jesus. Yeah, because I guess Paul was legit worried about that dude. Yeah.
That's the second time that happened to us. Yeah. Like someone else did the same fucking thing once. Just like decided out of nowhere to pull his pants down and spread his asshole. Yeah, Eric Harlan.
Eric did that? Oh, okay.
Started dropping the N-word, and I'm like, fuck, dude, we can't have this guy on anymore. Like,
see, I met Eric when I was down in Texas, and I didn't know anything about him really. He seemed like a decent dude.
Yeah.
People are different off screen or on screen.
He was weird.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But dude, do you know his story? Like,
no.
He went to his ex's mom's house, who's a lesbian, and she was there with her lover, and he tried to break in, and the lesbian lover shot him in the love handle with a gun. And all the while, his cab's waiting for him because he said, "I'll be right back." And he hears a gunshot and is like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he never came back out to the cab. So like the cops came in, and he's just laying there drinking, and he had a knife.
Dude, that's happened. That's fucking happened.
He went to jail for that, for being shot by a lesbian in a
That's
home.
amazing.
He broke into her trailer. I'm like, dude, you can't even make this up. Like, this is a great story.
See, I think I like Eric even more now. I think I like him even more. That's amazing.
On the podcast that shot him,
Dude, like that's real. Somebody pick this up, make a documentary about this. You can make something special, I think, out of that. Just that incident alone, you just build off of it. Whatever. It's great.
The problem with him is he thought that acting that way made him like the heel, but he started taking it too far where he's like purposely saying the N-word, and I'm like, dude,
that's not cool.
Have you on here like doing this shit, like. So we had to like cut him loose, and pretty much he got himself banned from almost every league because he started messaging the women. Like, dude, he's calling Candy Passmore and calling her like cunt and saying her whole family's trash. I'm like, dude, you're lucky you're alive. Paul would kill you.
Dude, Paul looks like a dude that can fucking do some damage.
He used to
you just tell.
Yeah. He used to do MMA, so I'm like, and he was like,
okay, really, that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I wouldn't want to piss off Paul Passmore. and this dude just nilly willy is messaging Candy and then he said some shit about them on his podcast, and their kid saw it, and he was like, "Why does that guy hate us so much?" And they, like,
fuck, okay,
that's not good, dude.
Yeah, so I didn't realize he was doing that. That's unfortunate.
All right, now I see why he's your boy.
I didn't know. I met him. I met him down at Texas at the AWU event.
Yeah,
and I don't know, man. Like I don't think I ever knew anything about him before that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was an okay dude down there. Like he didn't do anything crazy or weird or anything. And honestly, like all the AWU guys that were there, nobody did anything fucking weird. Like everybody was super chill. Everybody was drinking, having a good time. Like I don't recall anybody doing anything fucking. Like you go in that AWU chat and you're just like, okay, like what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I mean? There was none of that there. So
my problem is this. Those guys would go in that chat and it's supposed to be uncensored.
Yeah.
Now, some of those guys would just scroll the N-word or say some terrible shit nonstop.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's fine if it's a private chat. But they're adding every arm wrestler and their mother into that group, like John Berzink, Ron Bath. They're all seeing how these guys act, and then they're trying to act like, well, that doesn't really depict us. And I'm like, no, it does when you invite all these fucking people in there and they see it, and then you want to like collab on stuff, and I'm like, we can't because the whole community sees what you're doing in that crazy chat and what you're saying, and we cannot, we just can't do something like that,
No, and you're not wrong for it. Like there's what's that? Oh, S'more Quest Bar. Oh hell yeah!
Oh nice.
Let's go. The because I don't know, man. Like I'm not down with like saying racist shit just to get attention. Like I think it's
kind of that's what they do in that room. But then you see them in person and they don't say a fucking word.
Well, that's the thing, man. Because in real life, like hands are real, right? Like you say the wrong thing in front of somebody and you're somebody's there. Like I don't know, man.
Punch you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't have a short fuse anymore like I did when I was younger. I was a little bit more crazy, but yeah, I wouldn't fucking stand to have somebody just saying random racist shit. Like fuck off, man. Like
just with us trying to do what we're doing with 98, I was like, dude, we cannot associate ourselves with that at this time.
Yeah, no, I mean you're not wrong for doing so.
We say enough crazy shit on here without having to add that aspect to it,
Yeah, no, there's no space for that.
I got a whole protein bar fest over here.
Does it come in semen? They have a protein bar called Semen Retention.
I like anything with peanut butter on it.
Wait, so if it's okay, so if there's a protein bar called Semen Retention, does that mean there's no semen in it because it was retained, or is it full of the retained semen it wasn't acquired by actually doing anything? It was just pulled straight from the source.
Retained semen for the extra protein.
Yeah,
and then you're like reabsorbing it into your body orally.
Oh wow!
I didn't put that much thought into it, but you made that happen.
Yeah, straight. See, here's the thing. There's probably more power in retained semen, right? Because they haven't expended any energy yet, right?
We had a guy on who's a boxer the other night, and in boxing they do that a lot. And he said it's because it create like they're angry.
It's a real thing.
Like
it's a real thing.
If you don't retain your semen, you're like calm and like, I just got off, dude. I'm relaxed. But if you haven't, like, they're like, we want you on edge like that, like fucking, you're ready to kill someone.
Yeah.
So
no, like that.
But James Wall did semen retention for the Arm Gods match, and Paul Passmore overnight did not, but he crushed it at Winter Blast. Like Paul went through everybody at Winter Blast. So he was like, I didn't retain anything for this fucking tournament. And he fucking outperformed the retainers.
What? Yeah. But that being said, though, James Wall did look like a fucking beast.
Now the sport's going to be split 4 ways. You got the guys on steroids, the guy not on steroids, and then the retainers and the non-retainers.
Well, then there's also the guys on steroids that are retaining, on steroids that are not retaining.
I mean,
So
now
you created a web. There's a web now.
It's bro, dude, like fucking, like you're gonna have like a fucking series of letters that's like non-retainer, left-handed, fucking non-retainer, left-handed, steroids, fucking,
dude,
peptides.
This creates a whole new level of belts for each weight division, right? It's like you're the 170 retainer, natural, left-handed champion of the world.
Right. Dude, each tournament will have, instead of weight classes, we're gonna have like serious classes broken down to like your personality.
No, retention classes.
Oh, I'm an INTJ, and those letters will stand for like fucking semen retention or not, or fuck, you know what I mean?
And then you got to get a test, guys, right? Right before the event, you got to test their semen to make sure, like, how long did you retain for this, Yeah.
Dude, some sports, instead of doing tests for steroids, since it's expensive, they do a lie detector test. Can you imagine?
Yeah, well, bodybuilding does that, right?
Dude, you get someone in and you're like, have you really been retaining your semen?
Honestly, though,
yes, I have. You're like, fucking liar. Like, banned.
Yeah.
You get banned for lying about attention.
Yeah. Well, I think.
How many people stay natural in the sport?
Not many, dude. I mean, if you want to reach that elite level, look at all the elites. They're all doing it. Dude, East versus West is under basically supposed to be under WAF rules.
Mm-hmm.
Name one fucking guy on that East versus West card that's natty. You know what I mean? Like, who is WAF testing? The fucking refs? They're not testing the athletes, dude. They're not like, hey, Levon, we randomly picked your name from a hat. We have to test you, and then kicking him off the card because he failed. You know what I mean? They're fucking just, I don't know what they're doing, but they're definitely not testing all the athletes at fucking East versus West event.
But I don't think there's any tested arm wrestling leagues, really, right? Is there?
The WAF ones are supposed to, because Simon was supposed Simon at a WAF event up here near us. One of the kids had caught weight, so he had to rehydrate and stuff. So Simon he couldn't pee. So Simon goes, just fill the cup with water. Like, dude, come on. They're like, this is supposed to be like a serious, we're picking you to fucking test. And of course, this kid is like the most natty kid, super skinny. You know what I mean? John McErturn in the house. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on with you?
Dude, it just finally let me in. I had to like reset my Facebook password and tell them my underwear size and like how much I make per year.
How much semen you retain?
Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm in here for an arm wrestling podcast, not an intervention.
Yeah. Dude,
StreamYard app is terrible.
Here, are you ready to fucking arm wrestle tomorrow morning?
He's actually working on it. I thought he was just flexing. I was like, fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
I got nothing to flex.
He's on
I'll do it though.
G right now, bro. He's on it. He's on his home.
He's training for his match against Yak.
Dude.
Bro, Yak's crazy.
Right hand match.
So Ryan.
Yo.
You know how weight fluctuates, my guy. And I'm gonna put it out there. I was 200 and like I say 258, but my scale said 264.
Yeah.
But that was in January. I wanna broadcast it.
You weighed in January for tomorrow's tournament?
No. Fuck. Jesus Christ, no.
Good one, Bowen.
I would
Good
look
one.
like Ryan. I would look like you if I weighed in.
What, you mean strong?
So I want to do this. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this around. So I have a brand new iHome. Like, bro, I haven't even took the sticker off, right?
Are you trying to weigh in live on the podcast?
No, I just want to see what I weigh now.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, is that
Let's
is
go.
that okay?
Let's go.
Is that respectful at least?
Yeah, check what you're at. Let's see.
Look at my fat ass
Make-
cat.
Make sure you're wearing underwear. You don't
Oh,
get
it's
an
orange
accidental
can, makes
worm
sense.
shot. You
So
know.
so I have like an athletic, like I play softball as well.
Supporter.
So like I wear like athletic Jones. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah, dude.
there's no
Weigh in a
no.
jock strap.
No, look. So you guys see that? You guys only see the numbers.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at the reflection.
There's no reflection. I'm Irish.
I'm looking at his toe hair.
Stop making me move.
Stop! Tony's pushing you, bro.
So you see, it's like 201, fucking 211, 219. You guys are making me move, bro. You stop making me laugh. Hold on. I'm just looking at that reflection in that eye home, bro. Shut up for a second. I'm trying to.
Burger asks if you have all your toes.
Fuck, dude. So just because there's not a lot of people that understand that underhanded joke, but the three of us.
Yeah. Matthias, do you see
I
this?
don't have all of
so
my
that you
fingers.
understand the joke. He's missing some fingers.
I'm missing fingers.
Dude,
Like at least you have all of your toes.
Matthias, you don't even know the backstory. He cut those off. He cut them off to make weight.
Stop.
You know how that dumb bitch,
just like Bob Brown did with his leg.
You know how that dumb bitch cut her hair off and held her hair out and still made weight somehow?
Oh, yeah.
I did the same thing. I was like, bro, I have to beat Kevin Malcolm. He
was only an ounce over, so he chopped off a few fingers.
And I won $186,000 after that.
Oh, he's like,
fuck.
I want a permanent fucking shocker.
When'd you beat Kevin Malcolm?
I beat Kevin Malcolm 3-0 in under 3 minutes at Ryan Grondin's tournament. I have it on film, no break. 3-0 under 3 minutes. It was like 2 minutes and 57 seconds. I gave him no fucking opportunity.
I need to see this.
Promise to God. Ryan, speak up for me, bro. I have the middle finger with the butt cheeks.
Which hand did you use?
Left.
Is that the finger
Obviously
or non-finger
left,
band?
you prick. Obviously left, you prick.
He beat him with the hand with missing fingers.
Is that on YouTube or something?
I don't who's saying add me as a friend or send me a personal message on Facebook and I'll send you the video.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
What's your Facebook? Jonathan
McCurchin. The same as you see it, under my name here.
That's right there.
That's my Facebook.
His arm wrestling name is Shocker.
My arm wrestling name was given to me by Jake Oled himself. Oh, Eric GT just added me as a friend, bro. GT, bro, I'll send you that.
Powerful.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You're like,
I gotta jump. I gotta dip out of here. Be powerful, guys.
Later, buddy.
Peace.
I'll talk to you about that match.
Yeah, let's go. Honestly, I'll do anybody. I don't care. As long as they're just completely tiny, like I said, babies, like whatever. Anything small and weak, I'm in.
Hey, we'll have you go up against MG.
What a semi-professional.
And we'll measure her areolas before and after the match.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys measure that before I get there, though. You guys take care of that before. Guys, stay powerful.
See you, buddy. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. He doesn't want to stay up.
Matthias didn't want to measure MG's areolas.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
That's gay.
Dude, I feel so small right now, dude.
You did what in this chat or?
No, just in
life?
general. I haven't.
General.
In this general, I haven't gone to the gym in such a long time.
I feel small inside this house.
I haven't gone to the gym in like
okay, Ryan. Not everybody gets to make $190,000 a year.
I wish.
I have 2 bedrooms. I feel so small. I don't see my family all week because I walked into my kitchen.
Well, dude, you got to think. I'm not allowed to go 500 feet of my daughter, so we live in a warehouse where she can still be in the house.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah. Fuck. Like, why are you
He's at the
here?
other end of the house,
Because
500 yards that way.
why are you where I work? Because I fucking live here. Oh yeah.
Oh fuck! My stream just froze up. No, there it goes.
It's all good.
I got Nanya's connection.
Natty.
Nanya.
Yeah. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym. See what I can do with the shoulder. Gave it a week off. See what's gonna happen. If not, my gym started selling peptides.
Really?
Yeah. It's I was not
There
expecting
you go.
that.
I found it. Fucking A.
Like the one
Sorry.
Sarah Bachman's selling?
Do me a favor. Who the fuck just because I had to go back in my relics to find this video. You just added me.
Yeah.
I don't remember your name. What was your first?
Eric GT.
Okay, because I have like 65 Erics.
Yeah.
Eric with a K or
C.
This is the biggest Eric.
Dude, Facebook does not let me change
Eric,
my name.
Well, no, Eric Carroll. He's like, every time I type in E, it's like Eric Carroll. I was like, no, I was trying to message my buddy Elliot, but fuck, I'll send this to Eric. You know, it's like, fuck it. Fuck Elliot.
Fuck that Elliot guy, dude.
Yeah, no, dude, who the fuck is Nate? I play softball with him, and we call him L. So he's
dude.
like, he's like Puerto Rican and white, and I'm like, bro, can we just call you L? And he's like, yeah, it's way easier than calling me Elliot. I was like, yeah, that's way too whitewashed. I'm like, I'm already Jonathan.
Yeah.
Like that's like Ryan with a Y. Perfect spelling. Eric. What an amazing name. Perfect white guy name. Jonathan. What an entitled little fucker that sounds like, huh?
A lot of syllables.
An entitled little fucker. Jonathan. Hi, I'm Jonathan. Oh yeah, you're entitled as fuck. No,
Yeah.
I'm just John. I'm just John. I'm white trash redneck John.
Is that your arm wrestling name?
No. So the cool thing is like it's too easy. Dave likes to pick on me and he's like, oh, it's too easy to get you drunk. It's too easy to get you high. I'm like, that's because you met me pregame.
Dave wants to see you drunk so that he can take advantage of you.
I'm actually very surprised that Kevin, I just watched the video, did not try to press you.
Yeah, dude. No, Ryan will speak up for the dude.
John is known for being really fast.
I'm known as the Giant Slayer.
Oh,
not only it's so my I go as Jonathan. Jonathan. It's too easy because Jake, the Aussie arm wrestler, he did a ready bang for my very first pro video. It was Tim Talmadge. He put it on in Wisconsin. I went up there with Scott Wynn, and it was like, Scott Wynn, he'll punch your fucking lights out. I swear to God. And he's like, ready, bang! And I crushed like number 3 in Wisconsin. My very first pro. Because they were like, yo, you're the only one in amateur. Do you want to go up in pro? And like, there's only 2 of them. So regardless, you're leaving with hardware. And I fucking just, boom. And he's like, and it's too fucking easy. And
that's awesome.
I mean, Ryan knows it's on the back of my shirt every time I perform. And I was like, that nickname wasn't a self-given nickname. It was given. Named it.
I'll be right back. I gotta let my dog out again.
Your little fucking yappy chihuahua.
He doesn't have a dog.
He doesn't at all. He
doesn't have a dog. He's never posted anything about it. Nothing.
Well, no, he actually does. He brought the dog to Winter Blast 2 years ago. Like, but he's not going to let his dog out. He's going to take a shit or a piss. We know.
We know.
Come on.
Yeah, okay. All
Like,
right. Now I know.
hey guys, I have to go check on something again.
He likes
I'm
it.
right back. It's like, bro, we saw you with the nipper of Jameson. Like we saw the bowl in your hand. Are you fucking like, hey guys, I'll be right back. Like, bro, you might as like, I know you can't do that, but fuck, we know.
Yeah. How old was
Right
that
away.
video, John? How old was that video?
So that was Ryan's, not Winter Blast, but the one before Winter Blast. The
Last
domestic
year.
violence. Domestic violence. Or no, it wasn't domestic violence. He did it at a brewery.
Oh yeah, okay. That would be.
Yep, it was at a brewery
November.
this year though.
This
Yeah,
year?
November.
It was November. I think it was
It
November.
was last year. Yeah, that was
Yes.
that was the last time because I've been dropping mad weight. I was like, well, I weighed in like 236 that day.
So, oh wow, you came in light. Domestic disturbance, yeah.
And then so domestic disturbance, yeah, that was what it was. Yep.
It was the Broken Goblet or something brewery.
Hold on one. All right, so if you guys see, I'm trying to keep this version of me in here, but if y'all see, I'm in my athletic supporter. I'm sorry, I just got out of softball. I hadn't even showered yet, so we do triple headers.
Your chair's hiding it perfectly. It's fine.
Perfect, dude.
Perfect angles. MG's disappointed.
Dude, it's so amazing too, dude. Like I could walk around my house and you're like, bro, you thank God you have a high table. So I got this guy.
Yeah, that's
and so I have Super Match 3-1. That is November. Yep. 11/25 or 11/28. I don't says that on the bottom of his butt cheeks. Dude, but this thing is dope though, dude. High five to Jeff Kirby, by the way, for making these. I'm also an avid card collector, and he made me so the same guy who did these and all the the 3D things for the 98%, he made me card centering things. And dude, they're absolutely amazing. But Jeff Kirby, dude, it's got butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Dude, and look, like the thighs are defined. Like this dude definitely did. Like he worked out, like,
such a funny trophy, though. I just can't get over it.
Dude, I love this. I love this so much. This is like the best thing on my shelf ever. And like even the knuckles are so defined. Like, dude, it's perfect. High five to the 98, bro. This is amazing.
So September was my first time meeting up with Kevin, and he didn't pin
Kevin's
me.
a monster, dude. Right hand. Me and Kevin broke. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yo, you broke a strap with him?
No, we broke an entire table.
What the fudge?
Yeah, no. So, Steve Fernandez.
Yeah.
Arm Wars 1. Me and Kevin, I swear to God, dude, if Kevin was on here, he'll tell you, dude, we broke the foundation that the table was supported to. Like we pulled the table completely the fuck off of the foundation.
Oh, the wood. Okay, yeah.
But no, we also like warped the table. Like, you know how boxes are square, tables are square. So we warped the table, dude, to where like they're like, we can't use this again.
The Amazon table?
He hit me with so much power, dude. And I was like, no. And then I just felt the table shift. And I was like, fuck. We broke everything. He'll tell you. Swear to God, we broke the entire everything.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Oh yeah, he is. I had some trouble with him left hand.
Left hand, dude. If you're faster, and that was the thing. I was faster than he was.
He was the first person I ever pressed because I couldn't hook him and I couldn't top roll him. We just ended up slipping and then we go to chef, so I pressed him. And then Winter Blast, I versed him on the right hand, and it was just like I was getting him, but I was playing catch.
Yeah, no, he's fast for a big boy. He is actually pretty
very fast.
Yeah, and that shit scared me, and I was very shocked of the outcome of our match. I was like, dude, I thought you were gonna do a lot more damage than that. You know, I even in the second you saw, I met him in the where he wanted to go, like meet me in the hook. I was like, fuck it, let's go. Straps right into the hook, and I just looked at him. Like,
John, where are you from?
So I train out of Portland, Connecticut, Team Dungeon, but I live in Milford. So, but I'm from Team Dungeon.
Okay, that's not too far.
Yeah,
I'm in Utica, New York. So.
Okay, yeah, no, we have Ron Plimba, Ron Armini, Nick Stone, Brennan Peasley, me, Mike Tatro.
You have Nick Stone?
Yeah, Nick Stone. Shit. Yeah, we have Nick Stone. The Bresnans. Sometimes because Tim Blue moved to Tennessee, and God bless his soul, he was able to he's doing what he wants. Fucking perfect. But he comes up every once in a while. Corey Bresnan. Like we have some decent dudes up here. Sometimes we get visited by Roger Bailey, you know.
Yeah, love pulling
David
that guy.
Shell comes over every once in a while.
Roger is probably the only guy that I enjoy pulling
close to
in the area.
Roger like the last 8 times, bro.
Oh, you get close.
I'm fucking right here. He even looks at my wife and he's like, he's getting there, girl. He's like, I have it on video. Arnold Classic qualifier for or for Steve Fernandez. It was Arm Smoke 1.
No, that was Tri-State. Battle at Tri-State.
Tri-State. Yep. You were there. Yep. You were actually there. Yeah,
I was there.
were. I remember you from there. Yep. So it was Paul Cruz, Roger Bailey, and me. And you remember I fucking boom. Oh! And Roger looked at my wife in the video. He's like, he was right fucking there, bro. He is so fast. He's just not strong enough to finish it. And that's all I've been working on.
That was a very weak version of me.
Damn, dude, I actually haven't. Actually, I'm sorry. I haven't looked at myself in like literally like 4 months, bro. We don't own mirrors that like I can. Dude, fucking hey, buddy. 220's not bad on me, huh?
What the flip, Baker? What Baker? That came out of Utica. How do you make it? How do you say Utica and throw up?
Utica.
Yeah,
you have to have like a.
I just go.
You have to put like a Never mind. I can't say it on. It is a national podcast. I'm not allowed to do that.
Okay.
I am wearing 98%. We
gotta be
not sponsored by 98%, but 98% of my life comes from the 98%. So I can't say what I thought, but everybody knows where I was coming from. Utica. Utica.
Yeah.
Utica.
I like my little shithole. Okay.
Bro, I'm not from Connecticut. I'm actually from an actual shithole in Florida. I moved up into Connecticut when I was 12. My mom got married to my stepdad at 15, and he was like, "You guys want to? Hey, buddy, you want to go to arm wrestling practice with me?" And at that time, I'm like, I'm still in high school, and I'm arm wrestling people for milk and chicken sandwiches and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to arm wrestling practice with you, bro. No fucking problem. I'll go to practice with you and a bunch of drunk buddies, and I walked into Ron the Assassin Ermini's house. And I was like,
what? That's crazy.
Oh, I'm now 30 and I'm still telling the same story. So, yeah, no, arm wrestling, dude, that shit captivated me. I was like, y'all are legit. All the like arm wrestling machines, and I was like, wow, this is not just a bar sport.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Roy's asking.
I'm almost 10 years in now, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, Roy's asking where in Florida.
So if you're not from Florida, I tell everybody Cocoa Beach. But if you're from Florida, I'm from a town called Titusville. That's about like 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic, outside of Cocoa Beach. But like Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach.
Where's Cocoa Beach?
East Coast.
East Coast. Oh, okay.
Yep. So like where the shuttle goes off, NASA, Ron John Surf Shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cocoa, like as literally as far east is in America that you can go besides the tip of Maine, I think. Is like I think the tip of Maine is like a mile or two outside of the tip of Cocoa Beach. But yeah, no, I'm from inland. I'm from Titusville. But for those who don't know Florida, I'm from Cocoa Beach.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good following system on you, bro? Or what do your followers look like?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, just like friends and people from the gym.
Oh, word.
Yeah, like
dude, I don't get on these things. Like you don't obviously you don't ever see me like post like my workouts or like I'll post videos of like it was really good to be here, but it's like bro, Winter Blast was in February and I'm just, verbatim. Not verbatim, but just like hypothetically, like bro, Winter Blast was in February and you're posting this shit in June. Like I don't do that. Like I'm very
yeah. I try to post as soon as I can.
Yeah, no, that's really just like I'm also 30 years old.
Yeah.
And I've been in this sport for the last 10 years. I was around when it was still WAL, and like I posted so much WAL shit, and when WAL died, I was like, you know what? They kind of fuck it, really.
Mm-hmm.
When I show up, people who know me know me. People who fear me will fear me. I don't have to boast and post to make my name known. My performances do that alone.
Yeah.
Like when I show up, people are like, oh fuck. You're here. What weight class are you pulling? 220s. Oh, dude, fucking thank God I'm 210, 205.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't have to pull with you left hand.
I'm only 2 years in. I started posting like my gym lifts.
I did too so much. I asked so many questions, but go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's more. I started posting more as like a kind of like a time lapse. Plus, I like making cool edits.
Progressive, yeah.
For myself,
Where I started to where I'm at.
Yeah.
So like when I started in arm wrestling, it was kind of gay. I don't mean pause. I don't mean it like that for the millions of viewers. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it was like you got made fun of for posting that shit. Like who gives a fuck? You're amateur. Because there wasn't a semi-pro. It was you're an amateur. You win. You place 3 times an amateur. Now you're a pro. You get to go get beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad. Like the 98%. Like Ryan, they really brought back that semi-pro level, and that it really helped people like me. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
The first, I think it was like Winter Blast of 20. I want to say 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Where semi-pro, that was the semi-pro class was legitly the biggest class, and it was just people in between amateur and professional. They were like, we can't compete with these guys, but we are way better than these guys. And dude, the venue, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah. This is
I
why I
had
always
26 guys in my 198 weight class alone. And then New England's. and then the semi-pro blew the fuck up, and it's become amazing. Like, I'm strictly pro now,
Yeah, same.
left hand, but like right, I'll go semi-pro right. Like, I don't, but I know that I'm gonna just lose.
I don't have a win in pro with my left hand yet because I injured it in Mac.
You want one?
I'll get it eventually.
Show up at Anaheim and go pro left, big boys, and I bet you get one.
My left.
You'll shock yourself.
Before I heard it, my left was my gold arm. Not because it was faster, and it just knew where to go. Like, I never did any technical training with my left. I kind of just threw it in my first tournament, and I won first place with my left. Just like, okay. And then my second tournament, I did my left again. I was like, it felt really good. Felt really good. The top roll was very natural, and the back pressure was just I can engage everything immediately.
Yeah, like if you're. So the cool thing about arm wrestling is, like, I don't give a fuck if you're gym strong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Arm wrestling is, and I've noticed this, like, from Justin Bishop. He's just a straight fucking carpenter. The man works with his hands and his arms and his body all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Jerry Ketteret, but Jerry Ketteret sells cars. But the man still does a lot of mechanic work. The man will pick up a fucking transmission and move it by himself. I haven't personally watched it, but I've